Yo, can I get in on this? I want another one, two. 1, 2. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming.
This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming.
And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style.
Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gon' investigate an advocate, holding it down.
And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You smiling in Jed's face.
Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see.
Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power.
So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
Yeah. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around. Keep the real ones around. INA runs deep, keep the real ones around. Keep the real ones around. The real ones around. INA runs deep, keep the real ones around.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to Investigate and Advocate, where injustice finds no rest. I am your host, Jedediah Brown, aka Black, and I'm the proud commander of my national family for the culture. And we are excited to have you here with us today. Golly, okay. It's always something. I never get to just kind of sort of get a break and rest. So you guys, a couple things. The first thing that I want to say is I am literally on no sleep, okay? I ain't got no sleep, and so I'm probably cranked up on energy drinks, caffeine, and all kind of stuff. The next thing is I came into this facility, and I am approved to be in here, but the alarm is going off. And so in a moment now, we may end up with the police busting through the doors, guns drawn, thinking that there's a burglary. And then I just so happen to be Black. So you guys, please bear with me on this Black History Month. If you see me jump up, it's because I see the police coming in the door, and we will hopefully be able to get them to just go on their merry way, because I am So given access to the facility that I am in. Maybe given access to the facility, but they sure didn't give me no alarm code. Jesus Christ. And I'm going to be definitely going back and forth between Jesus and Jesus. Jesus. And Jesus is the African way of saying it. Because, boy, I tell you about this particular case here, I've solved murders quicker than I've been able to deal with this situation with McNutt. We are definitely not, or it was not in our intention to make this as long as it is. It is more complex than I imagined that it would be. And to the point that now we are on a sixth part. Isn't that absolutely insane? We are on a sixth part, and we are so far away from the conclusion and the goal. It is what it is. Tonight is going to be, hold on one second, y'all, because I'm trying to make sure that they don't come in here acting crazy with me. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Okay. Trying to make sure they don't act crazy with me. Give me 1 second. Golly. Okay, I can't go slow because I need to be on time. Rachel, do me a favor. Look inside of National Leaders Chat. Well, you're not in there. Okay, somebody look in Commanders real quick. Look in Commanders real quick. And I need you to do me a favor. Hold on one second. Okay. All right, y'all. So give me 2 seconds. I promise y'all, I thought I was ready, but I guess I'm not. So give me 2 seconds because I now need to make sure something else is good. All right. Give me a second, y'all. Hope y'all evening is going well. Again, please bear with me. There's a lot of moving parts here. Focus on your thoughts, not the chat. Oh, yeah, I've been doing this so long. I'm just trying to be respectful of y'all. That's all. Can I get an answer? Can I get an answer? Can I get an answer, please? I think I got one. Good. Thank you. All right, I got my answer. Let's get into it. Y'all, this is going to take some time. We're going to take our time tonight, y'all. Please, like I said, bear with me. Don't rush me. Still looking out for the police. All right, so here we go. The first thing that I want to go to is this. I don't know. I know y'all pretty much see everything. One thing about the Facebook detectives is the FBDA, the Facebook Detective Agency. They will find stuff before you even think it. So don't ever get Facebook on your ass because it will be grass. They will find everything you ever done. They will even lie on you and it'll still be the truth. They don't play. They find your truths, the things you thought to do, things you was going to do, etc., etc., etc. So something that I found to be quite interesting that I want to point to first, and I'm going to talk about this in many different layers. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush because I got too much to get out tonight. And this might be this is going to be a long one. Get you some popcorn. I told you do everything you need to do so you can focus and don't be mad or impatient with me because this is going to take some time. It's a lot of pieces here. The first one is this. All right, y'all. So it looks like Mr. McNutt has decided to go to the news. ABC 25 WPBF. First of all, I know this is a country ass station because ABC always associated with one number. But there is going to obviously be some kind of reporting, and he thanks WPBF 25 News. He thanks them. he thanks them for what I would assume to be giving him somewhat of a interview where he'll get to sit down and talk with a reporter. And I don't know if Mr. McNutt know anything about the news, but they're only going to do very small sound bites and snippets, and that is not going to stop what's going on online. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and you know, people do whatever they want to do. They do what they think is best. But this is where I'm genuinely concerned about. I mean, not concerned about, but I'm confused about. I told y'all that I met with this man. I've talked to this man. He said that he didn't want to go public because of legal reasons and advice. And then you went on the news. You went on the news a day later, or the same day. The man literally said, no. Yesterday was, wait. That was this morning. I'm so confused. Y'all, my days are kind of crossing, my eyes are crossing. But he literally told me he didn't want to be making public statements because of legal issues and because of advice. And then you on the news. But I will take this as a shot. Show being head ass. He did say in his post, he said, set high standards, sovereign rule. Set high standards, sovereign rules. So the news going, like I said, do a sound bite. They're going to probably ask a couple questions. They're going to give it to him, and then it's over. He should have not told me he didn't want to go public and then go on the news, because now I'm on his ass even more. So I'm not in competition. I'm not jealous. I'm not thinking that he took a shot at me. It's a low standard. But McNutt, fuck you then. No, but I ain't gonna be like that. He has been responsive. We have been communicative. Give me one more second, y'all. People finna get mad at me already. Would you come on and tell us some stuff? Let me see, because I need to make sure. Okay, got it. All right, y'all. In a moment, we're going to, and the reason why I thought I was ready, but we got a green light, but now I have to wait, because before I get into the update and talk about the things that I want to talk about concerning this case, we have another guest that is going to come on. We have to take a pause, and there's going to be another guest associated with this kind of sort of loosely. They want to come on, and that shows he is not a man of his word. I don't trust anybody with the name McNutt. On my mama, I would have been like, please change my name. So while I'm waiting on them, because I cannot move into all of the things that I need to want to move into until I get past this first part. And I do apologize, because again, I thought we were ready, but we are not. That's another reason why my intro is so long, and I ain't shorten it, because I be trying to stay connected to all of these different spaces. Okay, but I will tell you all this and other news. I'm very, very happy about this. So we are organizing now. Phase 2 is organizing before we mobilize. So basically, we bring awareness, we investigate, and then you start moving towards advocating to where you organize an effort. One of the things that I will say that I'm very proud of on this Black History Month is that even though there are people who make stupid comments and say stupid things, and even some people try to do stupid things, overwhelmingly, in this case, everybody has been respectful of each other for the most part. In this day and age, advocates and content creators somewhat clash, but it ain't been no drama. It ain't been no mess yet. And I'm very grateful for that. I appreciate that. And I give a shout out to all the people who are collaborative minded. One other individual who I know has done amazing work is TJ. Y'all know how I feel about his last name, TJ Bussey or Bozy or Boosie. TJ Boosie is also doing great work. In this case, it's been collaborative, and we appreciate him. But all these content creators, even though I have seen where they'll take the interviews and they'll cut me out the damn thing, and I'll be like, okay, I don't care about that, but I'm like, that's fine, and they'll put it up. They're not, sometimes people will do that, and then they'll start taking shots or trying to redirect the narrative. That's not happening in this case as of yet. And I'm so grateful to that. So I want to give a shout out to everybody. I want to give a shout out to everybody for being on point and on focus. Y'all, again, please bear with me. I'm sorry, y'all. This really ain't my fault. I'm waiting on some stuff. The next thing is, this is the court of public opinion. I'm the host. So I got my gavel. Inspired by Kaya. If I'm on here and I see things start going a little crazy, or if I want to get a little crazy, this normally brings order. I'm just talking to you for a moment. Please bear with me. This normally brings order, but on this show, this motherfucker brings order and chaos. If I hit this, either a point is being made or we finna talk some shit. I also have other screens in front of me in case we got kids or other people coming on. We'll have them come over here. I mute them. And when I hit that, so that's going to be something we're going to keep over here because I deal with cases all the time. If the gavel come out, so when the guests come on, we want to be respectful. We want to be nice. But if the gavel come out, order and chaos. We all on their ass. We all on their ass. That's what that means to everybody on. When you see the gavel, everybody get on their ass, okay? All right. So my moderators won't be blocking nobody if they do that. Okay, are we ready? What is going on? Now there is no answer. Sheesh. Okay. Are you guys almost ready? Because I kind of started already. What y'all got, a glam squad or something? Yeah, come on now, hurry up. I got a lot to do tonight. I'm waiting on you. All right. So we got some people that want to come on and speak up in the interest of justice and fairness and honesty. I gotta let them do it. And I'm 18 minutes in, ain't talked about shit. Y'all know somebody cussing me out like this motherfucker. So I'll do the housekeeping things and then hopefully they'll be on. Number one, I'm an advocate. Advocates, they say, do this for money and clout. I've been doing this for almost 20 years. I'm mad as hell that I ain't got the clout yet. People still say that this is for clout. When the fuck do you get it? If I ain't got it in 20 years, I probably would have started stripping by now. So the second thing is people say about doing about money. We have accumulated about $730 since we've been in this case with these things that are below. We have spent thousands of dollars. And so one of the things that I think people miss is that we do actual work. So I pause to say thank you to the people of For the Culture, my vets and my Investigate and Advocate team who work tirelessly around the clock to make sure that we are doing our job, that we don't even get a paycheck for. And so thank you to all of the people who have contributed to help us come up with those resources. I will tell you all tonight about what some of those resources are being utilized for. But we ain't got no big pot of money to do all this stuff with. So and it ain't gonna generate no money for me. And I'm saying this because if I was lying, I could go to jail. Not one dime goes to my personal life or my personal bills. So when I get off of here, if you see that I ended up somewhere drunk or high or being ratchet, doing orgies or something like that, it's because I'm stressed out and I ain't get shit. Who got something to say? Would y'all come on, please? Okay. Y'all was ready? Was everybody ready? Okay. So it's not about clout. It's not about money. I genuinely normally get called to address things. And I'm just a different kind of advocate. But in this one, I brought myself to it because I saw it on my internet feed, and we just doing what we do. So hopefully we'll be able to get to the resolve. Our goal, what is our objective? To make sure that Junior is in a safe, comfortable environment that the truth can come out. That's what we want. If McNutt is innocent, we want to vindicate it. If he is guilty, we want him incarcerated. And anybody connected to it, same thing. All right. I have literally done everything I could possibly think of doing, and I'm finna move past this because I don't think I can wait any longer. I think I'm gonna just have to start. I think I'm gonna have to start. And this, we have waited a long time. Hold on. Okay, wait. Oh, there's one other thing I want to tell y'all. So phase 2 is about organizing. Sorry, my mind. When I don't answer the first time, it's because I'm busy. So if I get a second, I'll call you back when I'm not. Can you not do the double calling? I'm a nice guy. So let me see. Next. Oh, so the next phase is organizing. And so basically, in first phase, it's getting the investigation done, getting the perspective. The next phase is about advocating. And so you start moving into advocating where you start organizing. So second phase, as of today, you have somebody who, as of today, we're going to phase 2 in this case. So therefore, literally, I'm happy that on my Facebook page, I said, is there anybody that want to commit and organize an effort specifically for this, see it through to the end? And y'all, I am very happy to report that 253 people actually listened to the instructions that was on there. And we now have an army of 253 people who we're now going to organize with. They're going to get information more quicker, and they're going to be organized. And these are people from different parts across the country, to where once the word goes out, if we need to get on the boots on the ground, we going. And I'll have this group of people that I will then be communicating with. So all of them are being moved into a communication space where we'll communicate directly. I know that's a lot of people, so I'm gonna try to make sure that it doesn't get crazy in there, but we're gonna all move together in tandem, and I'm gonna try to vet as many of these people as possible. And we're going to now, this is now Junior's Army. Yes, this is specifically for Junior's Army. And so now I got investigate and advocate on it. We got for the culture on it. We got now we got an army specifically that want to focus on this case. So then when this is over, I'm gonna dismantle that group and get the hell on, because I know it's some crazy people in that damn group. I know it is. It's some crazy it be crazy every time I gotta do it. It's a crazy motherfucker in there. So you all probably gonna see a lot of arguing and bickering and falling out, and niggas getting cussed out and cussing niggas out. And then people gonna cussing me out, lying, so much other shit. It's gonna be all kind of stuff going on up in there. Spine, all kind of stuff be going up in there. Somebody already told me in the group they thought I was handsome. We is not here to date. But if I thought that profile was a little cuter, I might have had to bend my own rules. Anyway, I've waited too long. I hope you guys are still with me. This is I have to move on because I've waited. People want me to do things, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably, and y'all, I'm a nice guy. I'm just a direct guy, especially when I'm doing these things, because I got to be. But I'm waiting, and godly, I'm finna have to just move forward because I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna call them one more time. Okay, they're coming now. So let's see if they actually get on the screen, and then I'm going to go past this because I'm 24 minutes in and I didn't get nothing done. And I apologize to those of you all who want to be focused. Last thing about it, I am a nice guy. I'm a focused guy. I'm on business, but I'm also on bullshit. I'm a cuss. I'm a laugh. I'm gonna do everything. Don't expect for me to be. I've been serious for the last 3 days. I'm tired now, so now I'm gonna be as wacky and crazy. I'm gonna keep myself up, and I'm gonna be me. If you don't like my style, then you take the next case, and we'll watch you be serious all the motherfucking day. But I'm definitely gonna need a therapist once this case is over because I am toe up in real life. So sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Ladies and gentlemen, without any delay, you ready? Okay, so let's be clear about what is about to happen. Yesterday, we had Nikita come on, who is the mother of one half of Craig Johnson's children, stepmother of Cameron. She was on yesterday and she spoke about things. Then we were reached out to by the cousin, the that was spoke about. The parents of the cousin that was spoke about, who was supposed to be the other individual that was or had the interaction with Cameron. I don't know their testimony. I have a inclination of what it is that they want to say. I'm going to let them speak. I'm going to ask them questions like I did yesterday. But then we're going to have another person that's going to come on. And then there's another person that's going to come on. And then there's a church member that's going to come on. And we're just going to flow with this as it goes. And then at the end of this, you're going to get my update for today at part 6. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay, the parents of one of Cameron's cousins, who also supposed to have been uh, uh, um, handled by him in some sort of way. Cameron and I see a guy. I mean Crystal and sir, what is your name?
Chris.
Crystal and Chris. Awesome. Y'all look like y'all okay, young couple. Y'all look like the people tell y'all kind of look like each other a little bit. Yeah, y'all spending too much motherfucking time together, but y'all, you should do that as a couple. Happy belated Valentine's Day. So you all wanted to come
Thank you.
on, you wanted to speak, and I'm not trying to make this a joke. You got the floor. What is it that you want to say?
First off, thanks for having us on. Forgive me because I've lost my voice.
Did
So
you,
Chris is gonna do most of the talking. But I'm
well,
Cameron's
I'm
auntie.
sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm kind of amped up. I had to keep myself up, but maybe he want to let you drink the water and not him.
Yeah.
How you drinking the water and she sound like Kobe? Give that lady that water bottle. Okay, go ahead.
So this is Cameron's auntie. Um, I've known the family for years. So I've known Cameron for about about 12 years. Um, a lot of things that have been said in regards to Cameron, his character, um, the things that have transpired prior to whatever came out, um, has not been all the way accurate. And I feel like we feel like it's important to actually, protect and speak to the person that Cameron is. And we don't want people to get things misconstrued. Um, this is not trying to protect any sexual assaults or anything like that. This is literally trying to present the actual factuals and to stick up for this young man whose name has been dragged through the mud.
Okay, we're listening.
So, as far as Cameron doing a sexual assault on his sister or his cousin, that situation is completely misconstrued. Um, the situations that occurred happened at separate times. It was reported years later, and it's been basically said that, Cam was the person that initiated all this, or he was, the aggressor or the molester, when it really was cousins being kids experimenting with each other. You know, cousins kissing cousins type of thing where you tell and you have to let them know like, hey, that's not that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You know, it wasn't a thing where they're like, oh, Cam inappropriately touched me and I didn't want or I didn't participate.
Kids got talked to.
All the kids got talked to in the same regard. Okay. When Nia went to school, right? She talked to a counselor about what happened.
This is years later.
This is
2 years later.
2 years later. She talked to a school counselor. The school counselor is who decided to call the authorities. Okay. When the school counselor called the authorities, there was a investigation done by DCFS. They decided that it was not worth pursuing anything. They closed the case. No charges, nothing. Nothing. How they came to the conclusion is because they were all doing it together.
So you're saying when the police report that was made about this was that there was an investigation and they said that was not worth pursuing because they all admitted that this was kind of sort of an agreed thing?
All the kids had to be interviewed.
Yes.
All-
All the kids have to be interviewed
So
Separately.
you're
separately, away
going
from parents.
so you're saying that the testimony yesterday is not factual. So did the young lady who was on the screen yesterday, did she corroborate that this was consensual?
She she the one that had said something. She did walk in and catch Cam. She did walk in and catch Cam with Nia. And they got in trouble. And that was spoken of. But as far as her calling the police, no. My daughter and Nia had been talking about it at the birthday party. This was years later. Nia did because they resurfaced and they were just talking about it. Not my daughter was complaining. My daughter came and talked to me and she said, that's not how it happened. That's not, we were just talking about what we used to do. Nia decided though that she was gonna go tell the counselor about it. Now why? I don't know. She didn't feel like she had been sexually assaulted. But my daughter didn't feel like she had been sexually assaulted. But why Nia chose to say that my daughter had been sexually assaulted by Cam, it was a whole big mess. We never understood it.
Do you all know Mr. McNutt?
Yes, we have.
Yes, we've met. Yes, we've met.
We've met him recently, but we don't personally know him like that.
Like, we don't attend the church. And, you know, when we went down for Cam's graduation is when we met Dr. McNutt. And, you know, we met Junior. We met Junior's mother. We were all down there as a family. We were down there with Cameron's dad and Cameron's mom celebrating Cameron's
So
graduation.
let me make sure that this is clear. So you're saying that your daughter is saying that this is something that they did and you all disciplined them for that, but it wasn't a taking advantage of your daughter's situation.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
They were playing house. We're talking about 8, 11, and 8-year-old and 11-year-olds.
And you are Craig Johnson's family.
I'm his sister.
You're his sister. Craig Johnson, who obviously is not our focus. Cameron was not our focus.
Exactly.
But he kind of sort of attacked us or me in the comments, and then all of this kind of came out of that.
It kind of blew up from that. Yeah.
And then people chose to take it as an opportunity to kind of get some clout, be seen, get stories, get money. And we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let them you're not going to have this going on with Cam. We're not going to take his name away. and
So,
shine this bad light on him because he's not like that. That's not this kid. This kid's a great kid.
but you don't intend to discredit the testimony of the young girl that was on the screen yesterday. She said she feels that it was not agreed, but your daughter said it was. That's two different things, but you're not discrediting her statement.
That's her statement. But as far as when talking to Cam and talking to my daughter said they was playing house.
And as far as the DCFS case, they didn't find it that Cam was the aggressor. You got to understand that these kids, Nia and Cam, they're
They're
of
the
the
same
same age.
Okay.
So he
Have
didn't.
you all had now you know have you all had any conversation with Mr. McNutt since this thing has gone where it's gone? Out of curiosity.
No, I haven't spoken to him.
I'm talking to Ray now. I'm talking to Cameron's mom.
Okay. Well, I am. Let me tell you what I won't do, and what I hope the public won't do, and that's try to tell you what your truth is. And so, if you all are saying that Cameron did not inappropriately interact with your child outside of them being kids and making a bad decision, and you scold them, then we have to take that for what it is. But hearing the young lady yesterday, do you think that there's a possibility that there may be an issue where he may have needed to get some help?
No.
Okay. Um, is there anything else you want to say?
Furthermore, Cameron moving down to Florida, he has become the man the young man we hoped that he would be, that we saw that he could be. Cam is a gentle soul. He's only gone down there and blossomed. He went down there, he was shell, he was a soft-spoken kid. He's gone out there and just become so bright. He had a problem speaking when he was born. He was born with a speech impediment. So how he speaks now, his come is because he learned to talk more proper. He had to do that. And he sounds great from where he was. So when people say that they think it's something on him, no. He just talks that way because he has to. That's how he talks. This is no signs of an abused child. Abused children don't go somewhere and then do and excel so much better and become this open person and connect with people and get better grades and shining. So the light that they're trying to shine on him, we can't do that. We're not going to do that like that.
And then we want to remind people that this happened with the thing that happened with Kim and his cousin and sister happened. He was 11. It came out when he was 13.
He moved when he was 16.
When he was 16. He moved to Florida when he was 16. So the timeline of acting like things happen back to back to back, like one thing happened because of another, it's not even the case. Cam did not move out to Florida because he had a sexual deviant problem or he was touching people or he needed counseling. Molesting. That didn't happen.
So you're saying that the timeline, so the reason why he's with McNutt, you're saying is not the Ray that has been presented.
No.
So basically, it's been presented that he has had some issues, some of them of sexual nature, and he had to go out there because he needed a male mentor who can get him on the right track. You're saying that that's not.
No. The problem is that as black men, as black young men, we don't want to lose these men to the streets, right? So once Raynell saw Cam going in a way that was behaviorally like, not doing the right thing, not getting the best grades. Yeah, she saw a great opportunity with Dr. McNutt.
Let me ask you a separate question. How's your relationship with Nikita?
What relationship?
Which is interesting that she's speaking on the family. She's not really a part of the family at all. And it has nothing to do with the sexual assault case. She didn't call the police. So she said she did, and that's why we don't talk to her. It has nothing to do with that. The reason with that is their own personal issues in her and my brother's relationship.
Do you think that your brother was abusive?
We firsthand have witnessed a lot. I've had to call the police before. I've had to get in and defend her from trying to be on my mother and thinking she's gonna get tough with my mother. At 19, I was 19, and I had to step up, and she could care less. It's not.
So
The situation is strained.
but
So,
why, if I may ask you, and if you even know, but why would your brother allow Cameron need to be a role model to be McNutt and not him? Do you have an answer for that?
Well, as was originally explained by Raynell, Craig didn't originally agree with Cameron going down there. You know, it's something that he had to get on board with. It's something that he had to see as a great opportunity. You know,
and understand that Cam really needed a different environment, something other than where he's at now in this town.
Okay. Well, I definitely don't have any skin in the game of trying to make anybody look like anything they aren't. And you guys give a variable, but I do need you all to understand that in the interest of justice and fairness, you're kind of refuting Nikita. So I have to allow her to come on and respond to this, right? We know that. So we're gonna just
our
hold.
whole thing is to make sure that Cam is not seen in this bad light. You know, it,
Okay.
And that this is about finding out what's going on with Junior, making sure
So
Junior's okay.
we're gonna try to get down to, I guess, the facts of this, but I'm asking that we all try to remain respectful to each other, and we won't be on here long because I got a ton of stuff to cover, and there are other people who are supposed to come on. But we're gonna bring back Nikita, who is now on the screen as well. How you doing, Nikita?
Hi, how are you?
So obviously these are Cameron's cousin's parent. You are his sister's mother. They're saying that Cameron, obviously, I don't know if you were listening at all, but
No,
they're
I
saying
was.
you was not. So they're saying that Cameron did not inappropriately or was not a predator in the situation that was described for their daughter,
What?
and it kind of sort of
Yeah,
refused.
he was. Yes, he was.
that's not what Callie said.
I'm sorry, I
It's not
don't
what the
even know you.
DCF person
I don't know you.
That's
that's
not
not
what
what
he
I don't.
said.
DCF has reported either.
From
So
all the kids.
if we could be respectful of each other, I would really appreciate it. So, Nikita, you wanted to say something?
Yes, absolutely. So, yes, Cameron did touch on, and he also admitted himself in church, okay, that he touched on my daughter as well as his cousin, and that he wanted to apologize to the cousin because he hadn't apologized to Callie as of yet. So, he, out of his own mouth in church, which is actually recorded on live with Transformation Empowerment Worship Center, this was actually last year that he was on live and admitted that he did touch her and molested her a
Well,
number of
Callie
times.
admitted that she touched him too.
I don't know
So,
you.
were they experimenting, or
I don't
was he
know
being a
you.
predator?
He
He
was
didn't make
definitely,
her touch him.
and
This
so
had to do with they were playing house.
was
And your
a
daughter was
victim.
touching too.
She was a victim, and you guys weren't there at all whatsoever. As a
And
matter of
weren't
fact, I don't know you, the male, so you just came in the picture. You
You
don't
don't know me, but you've texted me
I don't
over the
I don't
years.
know
You've texted me over the
over
years.
the years. How? Where?
You've
When?
texted me over the years.
We
When?
never.
But
I
But
don't
this
this
know
ain't.
you. I
this
don't
ain't
know you
about
at
us.
all.
This ain't about
As
our.
a matter of
This
fact,
isn't about our
that's what I
family
said.
thing.
Like, why
This is
are you
supposed to be about
insulting me? I don't even
Cam,
know you.
Junior and McNutt.
And then
It wasn't even supposed to be about
me and her
Cameron.
are supposed to be
Okay.
talking
So
because
now,
she is the female that don't take care of her daughter. Is to the reasons why this happened in the first place at her mama house. So you
how do you
weren't
know that
there.
she doesn't take care of her daughter? You're not here.
I
You're not
was there.
around.
You were
You
You're not
never
around. You're
there.
not.
don't
I
know
was
it's
in my
You
husband's
don't even
life
be
for
in the family,
23
right?
years.
You don't know me, right? I've been around
We've been
for
married for
how long? How many
23
years?
years. We've been married for 23 years. You just came in the picture.
12
Her
years, girl.
I've been here for 12
12
her
years.
years.
father,
okay,
you
so
don't even
guys,
know her.
ladies, please hold
I
on
know
one
her
second.
father. Okay.
I think that it's important that I be clear here that obviously there is disagreement, and you all have something that's going on in your house. You have your version, and then you have one that's different. I don't even know if that's what we try in the court of public opinion. I think that what we figure out again, while we're here is because of Junior. We're trying to figure out the effect of Mr. McNutt. And you all obviously are saying two different things. And I don't think that either one could conclusively say either side is lying because y'all clearly don't live together. Is that fair?
Right. And none of us can speak on Junior and McNutt because none of us are there. None of us know them like that. And none of us have heard anything. She only knows what she has seen. We only know what we have heard. So when it comes down to why she's on here, it has nothing to do with Junior and McNutt. And she can't speak to it, and neither can we. So we all shouldn't even be a part of this. She had no reason to even hop on here.
Okay, so my son was affected. You don't know that, okay? My
He
son
was just down there 3 weeks ago.
Your daughter
He was just
affected
down there
by
3 weeks
Cameron,
ago.
and so was my daughter. And your
Why
daughter
would you
came
send
down
him down there if you
told
thought Cam
us,
was a sexual predator?
right? Your daughter told us, dude, shut the fuck up talking to me, okay? I
Why
Oh,
asked
would
sharing
you?
the real key
There we
is.
go,
Come
Keita.
on, there it
There we
is.
go. There we go,
You
Keita.
need to
Can
stop
we
talking to me
pause?
because you a dude. You know what I'm saying? And I can get my
I
cousin
can't
to
talk
talk
to
to
you
you and
because
have
I'm a
conversations
dude.
with you. But you need to
I
sit
can't speak
down
to you
and
because I'm a
settle
guy.
this conversation because it's
So
between me
can
and her.
I really
She don't take
hope
care of her motherfucking daughter and never
I
Ain't
has.
nothing between me and you. We ain't got
You know what I'm
nothing.
saying? Period. So you don't
Me
need
and
to
you ain't
speak.
spoke in years.
Shut your motherfucking mouth talking to me, boy.
so can we please stop for a
Fuck
second
out of
and
here.
stay focused? Now, so
You don't know me.
listen though. Listen, y'all. Listen. I understand y'all got feelings with each other. Clearly, you do have feelings with each other. But get this. Nikita is saying that her daughter spoke to y'all's daughter, and the conversation was about being violated. And in the video yesterday, the account was that when they would speak to the adults, there would be discipline. So, Crystal, when they spoke to you all, or when you caught them, I know you spoke to this, why would that be the perception of Nikita's child?
We have no idea why that's the perception of Keita's child. My daughter said that the story that she gave me of her and Nia talking was just them talking about what used to happen. It wasn't my daughter saying that she felt away or felt violated. It wasn't Nia saying that, oh, you got sexually assaulted or you were violated or I was violated. It wasn't in that nature. It was just recalling what we used to do.
On top of that, multiple adults in the
She
family.
yelled,
Multiple
and the
adults in the
father
family pulled
heard
Callie
her
to the
and
side and
yelled at
talked to her, and
Callie,
Callie
and
admitted
she
her role in it.
she said because all of them whooped her ass and yelled at her. And then on top of that, Nia just
Who?
had to pull her
Who got
aside.
whooped? Who
They had
got
to pull
whooped?
her aside because Callie got in trouble from all of their ass. I'm not talking to you, boy. So don't talk to me. I don't
What are you
fucking
talking
know
about?
you. Put your name
What are
into
you
the
talking
picture.
about?
I'm talking to
We didn't whoop
what
Callie. Callie
the
didn't get
girl is.
whooped. We didn't whoop Callie.
Crystal, I'm talking to Crystal, boy. I'm not talking to you. Okay? You don't even know me.
You're
You ain't
disres.
even seen me in
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah.
If you don't know me, why have you messaged
so
me? Why have you
you need to stop
texted me? Why
talking to
have you
me.
messaged me on Facebook? What are you
Bitch,
talking
I don't
about?
text you.
I
Mom, get
got
the fuck
messages
out of
and
here.
receipts of you texting me.
Marry Crystal and stop making her look like a fucking hoe. Okay?
Right,
Shut the
very
fuck
Right,
up
there we
talking to
go.
me.
There we go, Keita.
we know you. So we know the kind of things you're gonna say. But
But
we can do that
because
if you want, don't.
my
We
ass
won't talk
mama
about
and you let
who
that
you
little
are.
sister molest your motherfucking daughter and you stayed in
You
this
Don't
didn't
motherfucking
molest
do
girl's
that.
nobody
face.
because
Because
Callie
the
admitted
blood
her
is
role
on
in
that
it. Stop
And,
saying
and
and
that.
you
you
ran
kept
your
having Cam
motherfucking
come
mouth.
down there,
You ran
and
your
Ray now
mouth.
stopped
All
it
right.
because you
Your
and Craig kept
motherfucking mouth.
Excuse
having to
me.
deal with.
Stupid
Never mind.
bird
Excuse me.
brain bitch.
Right.
Excuse
I'm
me.
gonna give you some grace
Excuse
because it's
me.
Black History Month,
Nikita,
bitch.
Nikita,
Okay?
Nikita,
I'm gonna
Nikita,
give you some grace.
So
Nikita,
You need to go read a
disrespectful.
motherfucking
Where
book
she at?
and
Nikita.
help your daughter.
You're gonna
So
have
Period.
to.
And
disrespectful.
My
stop letting
daughter's
that
doing great.
motherfucker like you
So
your
Uh,
daughter.
disrespectful.
You's
Nikita.
a random ass motherfucking man. Stop
Nikita,
letting that
please hear me. Now, this is what I'm begging of you to do for me. Everybody. Again, we're so far off the point.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And listen, you guys don't have to, y'all don't have to go with each other at the end of the day. I think that we got this one understanding. You now both have a different account. But it doesn't mean that either side is lying because you are all going on what things you were told by your children.
Yes.
Crystal side of this, has your child been in interaction with Apostle McNutt at all?
Only when we went down for the graduation.
When you went down for graduation, when
Yeah.
you met with Cameron while he was there,
Mhm.
You believe that this was good for him.
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't see anything that was like questionable, or as far as how he's being, how they are, how they're living, how they've been treated.
How he's flourishing, where his head's at, where his head is, what he's focused on was all great.
She
So
had no fucking choice.
you hindsight 2020, with all of this that has come out online, do you still believe that to be the case?
That's not for us to judge. We only could go by what we experienced with them. We weren't there even enough to experience anything.
The question that I
No,
was,
Did it seem like Cameron was in danger? No, it
no.
did not.
the
Did it
question
seem
that,
like Junior was in danger?
yeah,
No. Now, Junior interacted with my daughter a lot, and they had fun. They had a blast, and she liked to talk to Junior. She didn't say anything about feeling any kind of way about him or worried or anything.
okay. Nikita,
Yes,
you feel differently.
I do. I saw differently. I
You
witnessed.
there's something that I need clarity on.
Mhm.
You went to his church for how long?
So I went for the first time I went to his church, it was about 2 to 3 weeks that I was there. And then the second time, it was no longer than 2 or 3 weeks. So I wasn't at the church long. And then I was there virtually or online. So I saw everything in online that he did in front of the members that didn't say anything.
But you never
Um,
physically was a member at their church physically. Because I think
Physically, no, not in person.
okay.
No.
And
Mhm.
We physically went to a church service there.
you did?
Nobody asked
Yes.
anything.
Yep. And we saw Cameron's um
He
ordination,
visited.
right?
Nation.
His ordination.
Okay, but that's like a service. You went to a service.
That's the service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Neither one of you all have spent an extensive amount of time with his church.
No,
Nikita is saying that she went to his church because
virtually.
virtually after her son came and told her some things, and so she was watching for that stuff. The first time you went there, why were you there, Nikita?
So the first time I was there, because I was watching Cameron, the people were treating or humiliating him on live, talking about him. He has a speech impediment. So TD McNutt would put him on live and talk about him in front of everybody on the live. And so I would share that with his dad. Hey, look, pay attention to what's going on here. But he would brush it off. The mother didn't care either. So, I just continued to watch and pray. That's the only thing that I could do for him because I couldn't do anything else.
Is this
But
a
from there,
was this at the time when you were in a relationship with his dad, or you guys were just in communication?
we was in a relationship, but we were separated. Been separated for 9 years, but we were back and forth. Listen, y'all need to stop acting like kids, okay? Need to read a book, okay? It's Black History Month.
You're
Try
the
it.
Let you
one.
tell your truth.
Yep. Just say what you gotta say.
So I know because you
Why
guys you
why
need it.
why
You need
the animosity between the two of you? I don't get it.
right. He don't know me is the whole
No,
thing.
no.
Now I've
If
only
I
met
don't
him
know
on.
you, then why have you messaged me on Facebook and text me?
So can you guys
Okay,
get
well,
That makes sense.
can I get an
you want
understanding of that? Why
I don't want to
the
touch you.
animosity?
Deal with your bitch over there.
You
Because
both
this is the
you
kind of thing she created,
you
and this
both
is something she would typically do.
both have children
Absolutely.
that people are
Because she ass out.
overall trying to figure out if they are okay or not. So I'm
Right.
trying
And
to
that should be the
understand.
focus.
So why are you all into it? What is the issue right here? It don't really make sense to me. Why are y'all mad at each other?
We're all here to make sure that it's about the kids and that the kids are being protected. As far as this, this ain't about Cam. It's not about being like shined on Cam or what he has done. He had nothing to do with this. So I feel like nobody should have been able to come take an opportunity to then go through that door. And now we are going off the rails off our focus of the real point. For what?
Okay.
Drink some chow.
Right. The public will start coming out and saying that, oh, they thought Cameron had something to do with, you know, any type of assault or anything like that. And at that point, they took an opportunity to try to say, "Oh, he is. Look what he did over here." But DCFS did their report and they closed the case, and there was nothing else found further. Nothing happened
Yeah,
of
no,
it.
no,
And if
this is
Cam
my
was such
daughter.
a predator, wouldn't he have got in trouble?
Wouldn't there have been
Callie,
something more? He was
listen,
11.
your daughter was molested and you didn't get no help.
She didn't.
Bottom
She
line,
didn't get
I'm
molested
mad
if
at
she
you
actually
because
joined
you
in
a
on it.
bird brain
You
and you
can't get
don't want to help
molested
your
if you
own
actually
daughter.
are
And you know what?
participating
You
in on
just
it.
trying to
It
make
doesn't make
yourself look
sense.
good and use
They
this
were
nigga.
kids being
They
You
were
a
kids.
kids
bird.
being
You got
kids.
several different
They were
kids
kids being
and you
kids.
drive back and forth. You a bird brain. Ain't nobody want to marry you. Get
Okay,
What are
married
you
so
talking about? What does that have to do with the
and act
kids?
like you
Exactly.
somebody.
And this is
Take
what
the
we didn't
nigga
want to
out.
happen because this has
Take the
nothing to do
nigga
with the
out
kids.
because
okay,
you're
That has
so
nothing to do with the
bird
kids.
brain too.
Like I said, I'm trying to protect the fact that Callie came out and said that
I'm gonna have
she
to, y'all. I know that y'all are not loud in this gavel. I am gonna have to cut this because y'all breaking my heart. We got to get to a goal. So I've asked a question and I got a good feel. And the question was, and I understand what you're saying. And let's be clear, I have not talked to you all before today, correct?
Correct.
I'm just getting this is our conversation. So I'm hearing you. I'm not like the internet. I want the truth. I don't want what feels good. You don't feel that your child was molested by Cameron. You are
No.
his father's sister. You are her significant other, and you all feel that McNutt is not the guy he's being painted to be. Did I get that correct?
We believe my daughter. I don't feel like my daughter was molested. She doesn't feel she was molested.
I don't like how people are painting Cam to be.
Okay.
You don't even know him.
So
And none of us have experienced anything of the McNutt situation.
okay.
Enough to say
So
to speak toward her.
you can't speak to McNutt.
Exactly.
But you can tell us that you don't think Cameron is the guy that he is being said to be.
Exactly.
And
And
that
we don't feel like we experienced them being in danger.
and you feel that now Cameron is a better guy than when he was not with where he's at. You feel like he has
Yes.
progressed
He's
positive.
progressed.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, only thing we can do is respect that. And I don't think you guys should be demonized or bullied or attacked for your perspective. And so, with that being said, I thank y'all for coming on here. Do you have anything that you want to say as a final word?
Protect the kid's image, man. That's the biggest thing, man.
Yeah. And it should be about the kid and nobody else benefiting from it. And where anybody else benefit from
And
it.
I'm not sitting there trying to defend any type of sexual assault is wrong.
How could someone, and I think I
Yeah,
want to
yeah, you are.
understand.
You basically are.
Nikita, I
My
promise
daughter
I'm coming to
suffered.
you in one second. I'm coming to
Callie
you in 1
suffered.
second, Nikita. 1 second, but I got to ask this one more question because I really need to understand it. Crystal, how could someone benefit from this outside of getting justice?
Trying to get justice is one thing. If you know what you're talking about and you can actually help. But if you're just using it to try to get something out of it, like if you're trying to use it to get something out of it and benefit from it in any kind of way, I don't know what your purpose is. If the benefit isn't for just the kid, it's questionable.
Bird brain, child.
Hmm. But y'all, I struggle with it because you wait. So then the last question will be: does Crystal and Nikita know each other? Do you all know each other?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all so much for coming on. If you want to say anything further throughout the course of this case, you are always welcome to on Investigate and Advocate to have a voice.
Thank
Thank
And
you.
please hear me say these words. And people are going to be mad at me for saying it. Your truth is your truth. And you deserve to be able to walk in your truth. Doesn't matter how we feel about it. So some of the comments were pretty harsh. Obviously, a lot of people are upset. People are triggered and they feel things. But I thank you all for being willing to come and share your perspective. And all of these things typically go into helping get to the goal, which is justice. And that is what we will go after. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Nikita,
Yes.
you may just be ghetto like me. You was all in that mother, man.
I'm sorry, guys. Audience, I am really sorry, but I do not condone stupidity, bird brain shit. And no, you are not going to discredit. My daughter has been going through and dealing with being abused and sexually assaulted. Her daughter, okay? Every time she comes to us, she embraces us and give us love and tells us, thank you for being
But
there
see,
for
this
me.
this is the
You
thing,
know,
Nikita. We cannot negate that that's their child and they got their own.
that's true. This is true.
So your fight is for your daughter.
It
It
is.
cannot be for anyone else because they don't see a fight. And then we cannot be mad at them for having the feeling that they have for their nephew. That all of that made simple sense to me. Doesn't
Yes,
mean
it does. And so
okay.
that it's the same thing with me because my daughter even said the same thing. She said, I forgive him and I can't hold it over my head. I don't want him holding it over his head. It's exactly what my daughter said in her life. And you know what? I said, honey, you are super. You are supreme. You are amazing for even thinking emotional intelligence, all of that, like that. She forgiven him and she has she is in the attempt to move forward and move on. The only thing I was saying was that they need to help Callie do the same thing. And so it didn't look like they supported her in that. And so I'm upset at them because they really didn't support her. And so if they don't want to support her, that's their story. They're sticking to it. Okay. Okay. And like you said, I need to focus on my daughter and my son. My son was down there. He was also abused, humiliated. He was, showered with gifts. And so because he was humiliated, because he was showered with gifts and this pastor or apostle T.D. McNutt tried to groom my son, okay, and hurt my son. Yes, I'm going for the gusto. My son also witnessed Junior being abused, being hurt. So listen, we got to deal with this situation. This is what it's about. Junior needs to come from out of that situation. His mother doesn't care. She's being showered with gifts. She's watching and engaging in the humiliation with both Cameron and Junior. So, she tag team with TD McNutt to do Cameron. And I am going to say, I do believe to this day, right now as we speak, that Cameron is also a victim. Hurt people hurt people. He was probably victimized at home as well as with TD. He might have been victimized with TD McNutt, but I did see the humiliation aspect. So, maybe that's one of his tactics. Shower the guys with gifts and then tear their countenance down. But he's a psychologist. He should
Give
know
me,
better.
give me a moment, Nikita. Please don't leave.
Okay.
I didn't say I was Jenny Jones or none of that shit. Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos, or even Oprah, or what's the new one, Jennifer Hudson. I ain't none of them. Hell, Jennifer Lopez have a show, so I didn't ask her certain questions that I asked them, and I'm getting an indicator that my people are telling me that I didn't do this balanced. I'm so sick of this shit. But we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna ask those other two to come back here for a second because I have to somehow balance this. But I do want to say that it appears as an update that we believe that we have been able to confirm that there is an active investigation that is being conducted. That the investigation that was initiated in December that led to the initial arrest of Apostle McNutt and his release that would then cause him after several months to then meet with Junior and do the video that have now gone viral across Beyonce's internet. That case was dropped due to a lack of cooperation. It is now my understanding from my team that there is another investigation that have been opened up due to the public pressure and new information. And as of right now, we are pleased to tell you that we are firm in our belief that Junior has been taken out of the care of out of TD McNutt, I think it's Tavarius McNutt, and an investigation is being conducted by Florida officials. So at this time, we believe again that Junior is not in the care of TD McNutt that the authorities are actively investigating this case, and it is our understanding that that the young man that everybody, including us, are concerned about, has been put in the care of someone as a guardian by the mother's wishes. That person, I don't know yet. One second, y'all give me a second. I don't know who that person is. We're working on confirmations. But of course, that's stuff that we would not even put in the public if we were able to get it. Give me a second, y'all. Hallelujah. Glory to God's name. So that does give me a little bit of ease, and now I can get me some rest. Hopefully, we're just going to wait to continuously do our confirmations, but that is what we understand to be the case at this time. I did have a meeting with McNutt. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We're trying to get this other group back on so that the other side of this, and then we're going to try to put a little balance into it. Uh-oh. Did I do that? Damn. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, give me a second because I think I made a mistake and permanently banned them. I pushed the wrong button. Give me a second. Let's try that one more time. Can we try that again, please? I did push that button, and I guess I might have messed up. Let's see. Golly. Woo! Nope, it will not do it. Okay, so I don't know what I did to them, but they cannot come back on. I messed up. We're gonna go to plan B. Give me a second. Whole conversation to this point has been messed up. It's obviously a lot of trauma, a lot of anger, a lot of fear, a lot of things that are going on. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. People only want to see the results, but they don't want to see the ugly shit that goes on behind the scenes. That's what I be in. That's what I be dealing with. That's why when I be crashing out, I be like, people don't understand why I be going so crazy, because this shit is not normal. Glory to God's name. I'm just playing. But what we gonna do? I'm a straight shit talker, and I need to get some deliverance. Hold on one second. We're gonna bring them back. We're going to Plan B, team. How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't know what happened. My computer screen hating on y'all. So we're gonna bring Nikita back up. I promise you all I didn't do this on purpose, okay? But to bring balance, I have to ask you guys a question online. Are you all willing to speak to the public very briefly? Because we're not coming back to this once we end this live broadcast today. Are you guys willing to speak to the public at all?
What do you mean?
Answer their questions.
Oh yeah, I don't care about answering questions.
Nikita, are you willing to do that?
Absolutely.
All right, because my goal is to get to the end of this for Junior and not necessarily solve all the crisis amongst the family, because y'all ain't paying me shit, and I love y'all and I want y'all to get where you got to go, but I ain't finna lie like nobody. I can't help it. My family is this. If y'all find somebody that can help y'all, please refer them to me so I can put my family in there after y'all. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So with that being said, to the public, this is not even about to be long and drawn out. I'm going to give you guys a brief opportunity because you all have been helpful and we've depended on the public quite a bit as well. So this is in respect to you and to bring balance to this right now. 605-472-5107. 605-472-5107 with access code 6392700 #. You can come on and you can speak to these particular guests. And then I got to move on. 605-472-5107. Access code 6392700. As the church would say, come in your own way, but keep it respectful. Don't be getting on here disrespecting these people because this ain't your shit. It's my shit, and this ain't your problem. It's their problem. And I will gavel your ass, and we'll get on your ass if you be disrespectful. All right. We're going to give them a couple of seconds to get on. I'm really not trying to be an asshole or be funny or anything like that. But when this is all said and done, would y'all let me fly all y'all to come see me and maybe we can all go to fucking Cracker Barrel or something? Not Cracker Barrel. What's that? What's the other? Golden Corral. Can we all go to Golden Corral?
You go out the one on 159th?
Chris, where you from?
Chicago.
Yeah, okay. Okay, all right, that works. We can have you come to go to Corral. I got a big security team. Ain't gonna be none of this arguing now. A couple of them police are gonna lock down.
Nah.
Okay, so let's go. We got somebody on the line. Carla, you are on the phone with this family. What you got to say?
Hey, I have a question for Crystal and I believe her friend, her partner. So my question to them, they said that they don't notice anything about McNutt. So him getting his eyebrows arched before the age of 18, like how do they see that that's okay?
Personally, it's a preference. He's old enough. If he wanted to make that choice,
Oh my God.
who are we to say something about that? It's not my eyebrows.
Are they responding?
Yeah, you can't hear them?
No, I don't. But it's fine. If they're responding, it's fine. As long as everybody else.
She said it is a preference, and that is if that's their choice, who are we as a public to say anything about it?
Cam is old enough to make his own decisions.
He's being, raised up. Like, to me, like, y'all more so looking at materialistic things. And I feel like some people let money and, like, certain things overshadow, like, what's more important, which, like, quality time, real quality time. Not, doing stuff to try to get over on somebody or belittle somebody. So, I understand, it's everybody's preference, but I feel like y'all say, oh, when y'all came down there, y'all seen that everything. It's me. It's like y'all wants to talk about the house. He probably fed y'all. The kids got on.
No, that wasn't the case. We didn't get a grand tour of Dr. McNutt's house or anything like that. It wasn't really like we weren't showered with gifts or anything like that. It was actually a real family environment.
Playing house is not cool.
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that playing house is cool.
Some kids were exposed to house growing up, and some kids were not exposed to house growing up. So kids who are not exposed to house growing up, and they get exposed to that, they are violating.
Can you? Are you able to hear us? Are you able to hear them talking?
No, I can't hear them.
You cannot hear them talking. Okay, so then.
Yeah, but I hear you.
Okay, so I don't know why. Let me see. Can we try that again? You guys say something.
Hello.
Okay, I think I'll do it this way. Can you hear them now? Say something again.
Hello.
Can you hear them now?
I heard somebody say hello.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let them respond to you, and thank you for calling in. You guys want to respond to her?
Yeah, I need to hear the question one more, the second question again, so I can respond to it, and then the third. I think she had a third question too. What was your second question?
Yeah, so the last thing was more so the whole house thing. Like y'all being kids, and like, you know, playing house was cool. Like y'all making it seem like playing house is cool. Playing house is not cool, you know, just because some kids in some households grew up doing that, that doesn't make that okay. And for y'all to be saying that, I don't really understand that. And I wanted to also pick up on that. Not all kids are exposed to playing house.
Right.
For the kids that are not exposed to playing house, they get exposed to that, that is them being violated. And even though they may have touched back or, did something back, that doesn't make them not being violated. And then for your daughter to be 8 years old and for, Cam to be 11, even if it wasn't Cam, it was somebody else could be 11, that person had to show that younger person what to do.
Come on.
The internet shows the younger people what to do.
All right, so let me address the playing house thing. We're not saying that playing house is cool. We're trying to say that it was a mutual thing. It wasn't one person being a predator against the other person.
They were wrong.
They were both wrong. Okay?
That's
what we're trying to make.
And that playing house is not okay.
Can I speak to it?
Okay? And they were both wrong. Kim was not just the aggressor in the situation.
Okay. Well, they responded. I think Nikita wanted to say something. Go ahead.
My daughter would be absolutely in tears if she heard her own auntie, who's not in her life and have not been, if she heard her own auntie say that it was her fault too. They were actually both over my house. Hold on, pause. I'll let you speak. Shut up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
We're gonna let each other.
So anyway, while he was online confessing to abusing both of the girls, Callie was over my house and the girls were in tears. Okay? They were in tears. He did violate both of the girls. And then also, you guys are saying that, they did it too. They didn't do that. And they were upset when they heard that you guys are saying that. And if they hear that now, they would really be upset. Not only that, but I do see Donnie.
When they talk to you, they were upset when they were only upset when they talk to you.
Okay.
Girl, some tea.
Let's
You're the only one
stay off the drugs, baby. Stay off the drugs. You and your brother snort that shit. Please stay off.
Nobody else. You ain't never get around my daughter that much for her to be that comfortable with you.
Girl, she always loved me. Always.
Okay.
That's what you mad
trying to get money.
We're going to go to the next caller. I'm only going to do 5 of these, and then we're going to go past.
How many times you been charged with fraud?
Ass out of here.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hey Jen, hey Nikita. So first thing first, I want to say, Nikita, I understand you because listen, I've been manipulated, used, and abused, and all that shit by niggas. So you from y'all understand where you're coming from 100%. But as for that couple, I do not appreciate how that couple is invalidating their daughter's feelings. The fact that they got here defending their daughter's abuser is absolutely insane. And I see a lot of people too attacking you, Nikita, on the internet. And that's not okay with that dusty ass motherfucking raggedy ass motherfucking couple getting on here just fucking defending Cameron motherfucking ass. And I'm holy. Actually, I'm holy as hell. You feel me? I will baptize you and beat the fuck out of you right the fuck immediately after. But however, Nikita, I understood you when I touched you yesterday. I ain't gonna cap. Everybody was bullshitting and shit and really attacking you in the comments. Girl, don't you? Girl, I'd have been Christian before I followed after bullshit ass bastard. However, that bullshit ass couple is insane. And Jay, you know what? I appreciate you and I love you real bad because I've been harassing for the CPS. Hold on. I've been harassing for. Okay, y'all gotta get off this call. But Jay, I love you. Nikita, I love you.
Thank you so much. I love you too, baby. I love you too. Thank you all for your support. I love you guys.
Y'all are terrible. Y'all are terrible people. Y'all are
Thank
the
you for seeing me.
Your daughter is on the police report saying that this little boy abused her. The cousin that Cameron abused is on that police report.
What police report? What are you talking about? You don't even have the DCF report, so you don't know what the DCF report said. Number one, and number two, I'm not invalidating her daughter's experience. What I'm trying to tell you is our daughter's experience was not the same. Our daughter's experience was not the same.
Y'all, we can't do
She
it.
is
We can't.
all here.
Know me.
She want to get money.
Hold on, y'all.
She has no business with McNutt. She's not. That does not fund her business. She's not gonna lose no money. She don't have no money. So she
What?
took this situation.
Bitch, you a bum. I had $2.6 million with a trucking company. You could never do what the fuck I do, but open your legs for that nigga that's not marrying you, bitch. Okay? Get your whole ass down somewhere.
We are not trying to go off the rails.
I understand that Keita is a prankster.
She is a criminal.
Look her up in Cook County. Look her up in the county.
Hell yeah, I was in prison 20 years ago, bitch, and then when I got out of prison, I made 2.6 million motherfucking dollars. I didn't sit on my ass like y'all bum ass. You're a bum. You're a fucking bum. And you know it. She's a hater, and you're a fucking bum. What the fuck are y'all doing?
So I
You
don't
know
know.
me, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Okay, so I don't know that we can. I really feel. I feel as an advocate
You're
that I have,
fucking in jail, Donnie. Get your stupid fat ass out of here.
have an obligation to keep this on track, and it's not working for me.
Bitch, I'll get my
Are
cousin.
we able to do this? Are we able to do this with the last three callers, y'all, or no? Are we able to do this with the last three callers?
Yes, we are. Sorry.
I'm not gonna let the audience argue with y'all, and I'm trying not to stop you guys from freedom of expression, but I'm asking that we try our best to be respectful of each other, because I need y'all to remember this. Let me put this in a different frame. If we get through this and get to the bottom of it, which the focus is what we're trying to get to, we're great. Then the kids will thank us later.
Yes.
If we don't, then they'll have to be able to find this video for the rest of their life on both sides. So can we consider that? Now I'm going to try the next caller, but I pray to God we can at least, people say bad things to me all the time. Call them a bitch and keep it moving, but don't park there, because that's not the goal. Y'all can get one bitch out to each other. Nikita, call him a bitch. Go ahead.
Bitch ass nigga. And then also, Donnie,
Nikita, that's it. That's it. Now, Crystal, get your bitch out.
I don't need to.
Okay, sir, do you need to get your bitch out?
No, she know where she is.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Y'all know the business.
All right, let's get past it. Let's go now. Let's go. Hold on. Hold on.
Nikki Johnson, Nikita Price?
Trying to be just. All right, y'all. Let's be just. All right, caller, you're on the air.
Okay, my question is for Crystal and Chris. I'm guessing that during this time, Cameron was the 11-year-old and the girls were 8. How do you feel that an 11-year-old touching 2 8-year-old girls are not considered molestation? And have y'all spoke to y'all's daughter about what molestation is? And because it seems she may be confused because that's not equal participation.
They don't give a fuck.
First off, my daughter was 8, and Cam and Nia were 11. So it's 2 11-year-olds and 1 8-year-old. And I have talked to my daughter. My daughter's now 14.
I can't hear them.
We have talked to Callie. Callie is 14 now. Callie was 8 when it happened. Cameron was 11. Nia was 11. So it was 2 11-year-olds, 1 8-year-old. Okay. When we talked to Callie about it, Callie has not expressed any long-standing resentment or any issues about the situation, because it wasn't something that was serious. It wasn't something that was like it wasn't like
they touched them for a period of time. They got caught once. And then they all got in trouble. I told you how kids be. I talked to my daughter and to try to understand what she thinks she's doing. What does she think about this? How does she feel about this? Where did she get this from? This is stuff they see on TV.
So you feel
That's
that?
what she told me.
So you
We
feel
was pretending like we see on TV.
Did you? So you feel that it happened once? It was child's play, where they took it too far. You corrected it, and it never happened again.
Yes. Exactly. And my daughter has no problems. She's not having no problems with any kind of kids. She's not before. My daughter's very talented. There's no
she's not a deviant. She doesn't have behavioral issues. You know,
Nikita, do you agree with that? That it happened once?
No, it didn't happen once, because she came down. We left in 2016. I left my ex-husband when my last child was only 1 month old. We left down there, and then we had a birthday party when my son Prince Abraham was 14. This was like 4 years we were gone. She came down and she said, he's still touching on me, and she said it with her cousin in confidence, scared. And then she came over and told me the grandma was standing right there. Your mother, Crystal, Cynthia, was standing right there, and she was quiet, didn't say a word. And we said, you know what? We got to do something. Y'all are not shit. Obviously, this is now blaming her, and then she can't say nothing to you because you're going to cuss her out, and you still hanging out with Cameron's mama. So she has no room to say anything.
So let me ask you something that will make sense, because I need to make this make sense. And I guess I'll ask you all first, Crystal. Where do you think this game and the intricacies of it came from with Cameron? Where did this come from? Do you know?
Learned behavior.
I feel like people saw stuff on the internet, and because Cam was down there and living with them, he already had association. I feel like Nikita reaching out and doing her whole story, and her daughter, my niece, getting on TikTok and doing her story, is now what did this. Them bringing up something that really had nothing to do with this.
Where do you think that this behavior came from, Nikita? Where did this come from, Nikita? Where did this behavior
Okay,
come
I'm sorry. I am extremely hot. I am really agitated with these people. They don't care about the kids at all whatsoever. Please repeat the question, because I couldn't hear it.
Nikita.
Yes, ma'am.
I saw the videos. I didn't know Prince Abraham or Abram was your son, but I saw like the post with him, like going to the nail shops and things and getting pampered. Did he feel that he was being groomed by McNutt or whatever his name is?
Yes, he was. And this is the reason why I'm speaking out in the first place. I'm speaking out against all they sick asses, because yes, he groomed my son. He groomed my son, and then he tried to tear my son down.
Well, hold on, because let
me say this.
Go ahead.
If you see all Cam videos,
we don't have nothing. We don't have no reason to talk.
So why would you send your son down there knowing that those videos
was there? You know what I'm saying? Yes, my son was down there.
I think that is a fair question. So I want to ask both.
Down there?
I want to ask both, Nikita, because I think it's a fair question.
That's why she did this one.
The first question was, where did you think that the house behavior came from with Cameron, Nikita? You said say that one. Where do you think that the behavior with the house game came from with Cameron, as it relates to even your child, or what happened with your child, even if it wasn't a game of house? Where do you think he got the behavior or learned the behavior?
He got it from his mama house. He got it from his mama house. And he brought it over to his grandma's house. And the grandma, which is your mama, Cynthia Johnson, told the kids, y'all go in the room. Don't say nothing. Don't trick on nobody. Don't tell. A golden rule in her house is don't tell on nobody in the house. If somebody hit somebody, they couldn't come and tell that somebody got hurt. So they in the room, into the room. The only reason they coming out of the room is to eat something. But she making them go in the room and stay in the room.
And it was
It's 18 years.
The second question that I thought was a fair question to ask you, Nikita, is that if you saw on the tapes how McNutt handled Cameron and other people, why would you then send Abraham to him?
I thought, so when I saw him do that to Cameron, that was in 2023 when he first went down there. So I thought he stopped putting himself on live. He started putting the personal, what was going on inside the house on live. So I thought he changed. And then I did witness the graduation online. I thought he was doing better with not humiliating the kids anymore. So I said, okay, I want my son to have a father figure or a mentor because his father ain't shit. And Cameron's father, they have the same father. Her brother, Crystal, like she ain't shit either. But for the most part, none of them are righteous towards their children. So I needed someone that was godly. And I thought they were godly to help my son transition from teenage to young adult, because that's what's happening. And so I did send him down there thinking that he's going to do better. And then not only that, my son was suicidal. TD McNutt said that he would help them and help him get better and, and transition. And so that I was all game for that, for my son to be around some men that would help him thrive. That was my whole point of bringing him up there.
Is TD
okay?
Is TD,
Can we respond? If you say that the last time you seen the post was 2023, you're out your mind, because Cam graduated in May of 2025 and they've never stopped posting. That's why your son got posted in the normal routine of how they post. You knew that. You knew it the whole time. You still sit your son down.
You sound like a dumbass. You sound stupid. So I'm not going to respond to you because you need to go and educate yourself. Okay? This is Black History Month. You don't deserve me.
I'm going to move on to the next guest. There's only two more left. Thank you for calling, caller. Sorry for having you hold there like that. I got two more guests, and then we're going to move and switch gears. You got a question, caller? You're on the air. 0542. You are on the air. Do you have a question?
They are definitely manipulating things.
I'm going to move past you. Do you have a question?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to make a statement. So it's my understanding that McNutt was not present during Cam's experience with his sister or cousin, correct?
No, he wasn't present.
Okay, so that's understood. Just so I won't be biased about it. So when children normally, how I know, I'm a social worker too, but when children engage in inappropriate touching or initiate games like house, that behavior is birthed from somewhere. That game is taught or shown to another child. My children don't know about house. They don't know. I've never had to teach them about house. I never had to. I don't even open certain doors, and so they don't know about house. So I want to point out, because I'm listening to you guys. So it's kind of confusing because these situations, it seems like the couple is being a little bit dismissive in a way by trying to cover it up with the game of house. And we, as a child playing house, we understand that started from a tactic or a manipulation from another child just to be touchy-feely to another child. So Cam also mentioned one line in one of the videos we've been watching that he was in a relationship with McNutt. I want to know, does that raise any concerns for the family with everything that's going on now and coming out about Mr. McNutt, especially with other people? We're talking about other adults, other male that have experienced these same issues with McNutt. So this is not new. This is not fresh for McNutt. It's just probably fresh for the couple. It's probably fresh for the mom, and it's fresh for the community as a whole. So my question to the couple is, how do you all define and perceive sexual abuse, especially when it comes to children? And given what we all know now, are we truly considering the possibility that Kev may have been a victim as well, or are you guys choosing to still turn a blind eye?
We're not here to turn a blind eye on sexual abuse at all. The reference of them playing house is what they said they were doing. We didn't put the connotation on there to try to be dismissive of what was going on. House is a game that kids teach other kids, and they learn it from somewhere.
See, I think
You're right about that. You're right about that.
I got a question your perspective because you guys continue to call it a game. It's not a game. It's a manipulation tactic to touch other children. It's not a game.
Right.
I believe this is not an Uno.
Right. But you're coming from the affirmation that somebody came, like one person said, "Let's play house," and I'm gonna show you how to do it. That's an affirmation. You know, that's not what happened.
And typically, just to be open, how I was introduced to the game of house was we all was together, a bunch of community people. We did the project, and everybody got together. And someone said, "Hey, do anybody want to play house?" And we were all confused. And it was okay. You my kid, whoever you like. You know my mom and dad, and we know what moms and dads do. So that was the manipulation. I'm sorry, I had a little drink. So that is how it is. It's about who I want to be my victim. The kid doesn't use the word victim because they don't understand that that's what they're about to do. But that's truly what it is. Whether I agree to it or not, you're bringing me into something, opening my eyes and my world to something that I don't even know about. So you're trying to say you're going to agree.
Let me ask.
You're assuming that our daughter didn't already know about.
Please
let me y'all ask crazy, okay?
Please let me interject here because I'm just trying to be as fair as I possibly can be. I do have a question. Your child, is this your only child, Crystal?
No,
You have other children? Are they older or younger?
younger.
Younger? Now I'm gonna get beat up for this question. If you answer it, I'd appreciate it. But before you had you encountered this kind of situation before this with any other child?
I'm sorry, what you mean?
Where
Had I encountered it?
have you encountered this with any other child, like the playing of house, the doing things that would be considered mannish?
Yes. When I talk to other parents, yes, we've all caught, a lot of people have caught their kids doing inappropriate things with other kids. Even the girls. The girls playing, you play mommy, I play dad.
Oh my fucking God, girl.
So I think
they are young kids.
So here's
but this is not what we were. This is not.
But my question, so that I can be focused here. My question to you is, do you think, looking back on do you think you could have handled that situation any differently, or do you think you did what was necessary?
I mean, the situation was handled in a way that, first off, when it came out, they were already older, and Cam really wasn't around Callie every day like that. Cam was around at the weekend coming to church, you know? He used to go to church. So when the situation came out, it wasn't a thing like it's been going on for years and nobody knew about it. It wasn't like that. It came out years later.
They had already got in trouble, and they hadn't had any other problems.
Okay, I'll speak to that in a second. I'm gonna take this last call. Caller, you have the floor. Caller, you have the floor. Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get on the call.
You are on the call with Jedediah, Crystal, and Nikita, and Crystal's man. I don't. What's your name, brother? Chris. Crystal, and Nikita. What's up?
Hey, Jedediah, I'm Cash.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Nice to meet you. I appreciate your work and your boots being on the ground. One thing I can say for sure is if I was ever able to be in close proximity of McNutt, I would beat shit down both of his legs. That's first things first. Secondly, I got something to say to Crystal and her man. Do y'all understand that children can be predators too?
What? Y'all are trying to make that situation, that one incident, as they are, like these kids have had problems and like they are something. These kids have had no problems like anything going on since they were 8 and 10 or 11. What does that have to do with anything that's going on now? They were not in any kind of a situation where they were being in danger or endangering each other. The kids love each other. The kids have a good relationship with each other. They do not look at each other like that. So I don't know why Nikita would allow them to paint this picture or allow this picture to be painted, but she knows that's not true.
Caller, I want to tell you thank you for calling, and I hope you got your answer. I'm gonna end this, okay?
I really didn't get my answer because I can't even really hear her, Jedediah, and I had another question. I have one more question, if that's all right with you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so being as though that the auntie wasn't concerned about Cameron's well-being, when he went down there to stay for however long he stayed, or however long he been there, are you concerned about his well-being now with all the evidence that has been presented, and the things that social media is to bring up on McNutt and his relationship with not only Junior and Cameron, but with other men too?
To be honest, we had direct line with the mother, and mother had boots on the ground. As soon as she heard, went and checked on Cam, and she reported back that Cam was good.
And they're handling that.
They're handling the situation. That's the thing about it. She couldn't speak to Junior because that's not our situation. But we can speak to Cameron and where he was and where and how she spoke about it. So everything's all good.
So do y'all
That's
not
really sad.
at this present time though? Because you're not answering my question. You just saying he good. And you saying he good don't mean that he's good. He could just be telling you anything.
He could just be telling anybody anything. Or it could not be happening. Okay?
Then I'm going to say to everybody, I apologize.
It's only been 2 years.
I will have to.
He only been down there for 2 years.
I'm gonna have to end this, okay, caller? Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. This is so difficult. There's so many layers to this. I'm looking at my team and I'm looking at everything. My heart is broke.
Yeah.
My heart is broke. I don't know what we accomplished tonight.
Right. This was a farce. It was supposed to be about,
that this shouldn't even be this focus.
But you need,
focus.
but I want you to hear me though. This is what I want you to hear me
You guys
say.
it's created more than what this was.
Please just
you guys are trying to shine a light on that's not there.
But please hear me say this, because I understand this a different way. whenever I spoke up for someone that everybody felt was guilty, even if it was with or without a trial.
We're not speaking up for McNutt.
Can you just hear me out for a second?
Yeah.
Whenever I've done that, I've been attacked. I've been called all kinds of names. You have to know that you are standing in your truth. And if this is your truth, I want you to tell it. But you just gotta hope that it come out that way. But I do want to also say that as I listen to this, I wonder if you all had the facilities or were equipped to dig deeper into things than you may have. That's the only question that comes to my mind. But I hear your reasonings. They make sense to me. I know certain things because of our investigation. I don't think that you all are saying this because you are trying to spin it. I believe this. I think you guys really believe what you're saying. But I think that what I feel is that you may not have had the facilities to dig deeper. And one of the issues that I personally feel is that you all are equating he's a more vibrant Cameron to him being a whole Cameron. And that is a concern. And the reason why I say that, and this is why I say that, because I asked you, now that you see all of this stuff going online, do you still feel the same? You all didn't even pause. You still do. And everything that we've seen should be concerning to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, but I don't think that is right for people to demonize you for your parenting. They don't know what you and y'all know in your home. And half the people on here probably got the same shit going on in their home. Because this is where black people and some people are. So I hope that you all don't feel beat up. I hope that we can keep the lines of communication open. And I hope that we all are able to find a path to justice and truth. And I really appreciate y'all tonight for coming on and giving your side.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
You all have a good night. Go get some motherfucking halls. It looked like Crystal, whatever you got, you gave it to him. Y'all can't even talk right. And so I know this was a push for y'all to be on here tonight. Go get you some water, get you some eucalyptus, and go take a nap. I'll call y'all tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get through this because I'm gonna try to take all y'all to that damn buffet on 159.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, bye. They're not under criminal investigation. So I'm not going to do anything to try to criminalize or demonize them. For them to be willing to come on was great. Same thing with you. Everybody was heavy handed with you yesterday. They don't know your truth. And so,
Yeah.
what the hell? What's this? You good? Y'all trying to come back?
As I was joining this, so you didn't see it, I was trying
Oh,
to end the call.
man. Okay, you scared me.
No, he good.
You talking normal now. Don't be acting like that COVID-19 lady. Let me hear your normal voice. Goodbye. Goodbye.
You said, don't get your sassy ass on somewhere, dude.
Oh
Sassy.
my God, Nikita, you are tough.
Okay, what man argues with a woman? Let's start there. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Oh.
But wait a minute. You may be justified in some things.
Videos to prove it. I'll
You
cut your
cannot be
ass up. Huh?
look. I see. I agree with you. However, this is a situation you cannot like. How? What are we arguing about?
Well, what I don't understand. No, that's way off track. But when y'all be talking shit to us, we supposed to just take it.
Listen, let me tell you something. I treat a
Okay.
gentleman. I'm gonna tell you. I treat a gentleman. I treat a king how they should be treated, especially if they approach me with respect. Period.
Well, I'm sassy as
My bad.
fuck. You want need to yo. That's why I get shit done. So, with that being said,
Yeah.
I get it. We can't argue with you. We can't fight you. We can't do nothing. But you got to take it. Nikita, I want to thank you so much for being on here and giving us your time. I don't
Yeah.
think either one of you all should be. You're not a suspect. You're not the focus. You guys have a difference of opinion, and I'm not about to make y'all the object of my affection. The internet's gonna do what it do, but stand in your truth and you see this through. Okay? Investigate and advocate
Okay,
made it.
I do want to.
Go
Can I say
ahead.
a few things?
Go ahead.
I did see Donnie Smith in there talking about my record and things. She kept spamming the comments. Yes, I was in prison 20 years ago. I don't have to bring up my rap sheet or what have you. I did things at a young age. I'm an adult now and I take care of my children. Again, I ran a trucking company and made $2.6 million. I don't know anybody, especially you, Donnie, and your whole family, Crystal, Craig, all of y'all. Y'all can't fuck with me on my worst day. Okay. So I don't know what are you guys talking about. You're trying to destroy my character. Listen, I will tell it all. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Okay. I'm not embarrassed about my past. It's my testimony, honey. Get it. You need to get it. And then also, I do need you guys to still, if Junior is out, amen, we accomplished that. My son, he's hearing that I am defending him. And guys, I do want to report he is feeling a little bit better. He is getting up, moving around. I'm giving my son hugs and helping him to, get himself on up and going. So thank you all for that. And let's continue to fight for the other guys that are now grown men. They were kids. There were young boys around TD McNutt, and now they're grown. Let's fight for them too. Okay. So I love you guys and thank you for listening to me. Thank you for believing in me. My heart is here. I have nothing to hide and nothing to lie about. These people are crazy and narcissistic, and that's what narcissists do. They try to revert it back and make you seem like you crazy. But listen, I just went off on them, and I should not have a short temper like that. I should have calmed down because I am a Christian woman. I love the Lord with all my heart. But there are Jesus ain't no punk, okay? Y'all got to know that. Jesus flipped over tables. All right. I love you all, and you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for having me.
Good night, Nikita. Thank you for coming
Good
on.
night.
So you guys, we're not gonna do we had another we had a I did not do a great job of moving this along. We have quite a bit of people who are expected to be on, but we're not gonna do it today. We have a church member who is going to be coming on. We'll try to see if they'll come on tomorrow, if they still willing to do it. And then we have one of the we got we just got a few things that are coming up. I do want to give you guys some updates really quickly, and I want to talk to you all about what we feel is going on. If that's okay with you, it's an hour and 52 minutes. If you want to hear INA, well, my perspective as since I've been in this, then you can put a one in the chat. If you don't, and you say let's just do this another day, then we'll have you put a five in the chat. We're gonna respect the chat tonight. Um, I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired, but I'm definitely willing to keep on going. We've been going strong since this came across our computer screen, and I'm kind of my caffeine is kind of going away. I'm kind of getting a little tired. You messy as fuck. And that's the thing. Everybody always wants to talk about what they looking at. You all have no idea how hard this is, and I'm just I ain't gonna be whoever y'all want me to be, and they shouldn't be whoever you all want them to be, because you get to interact with this from the couch or the computer screen. Sitting there with your bae and all this other shit. And we're really like going through this in real life. So all these ones are there. There's a five. There's a five that I see. 1 5. I appreciate that five because I want to kind of get off. But if you saying that to tell me to shut up, then go on and get off. I'm gonna go ahead and give them this, and then I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna open up the phone line briefly before I get off, and then I'm gonna end it. We've done what we can do for the day. Um, I think that what's happening here and what's happening here is important, and we have to see this through. It has to look like healing, and it has to look like being whole, because there are too many people who are right here in the middle of this same situation. The amount of people who are messaging me asking for me to help them with a similar situation is a very scary thing for me, because this is not my wheelhouse, it's not my focus. But y'all, this seems to be everywhere. And it is so heartbreaking. And one of the things that's so heartbreaking about it is because we're getting active in this because it's visible. There's so many people who isn't visible, that's feeling this pain, if not worse. They don't know what to do. One of the things that I want to tell you in our investigation that we discovered is that, in fact, and it's not a rumor, Mr. McNutt is a gay man. Let's start there. Mr. McNutt is a gay man. And the reason why that is important, I'm going to talk about that. But this is a flyer from an event that Mr. McNutt was actually hosting. And it was at Jesus Christ International Ministries. And the theme of it was come and hear a life-changing testimony. He says in this flyer, I almost married a man. I almost married a man. Okay? So this was in Florida, where the late Bishop Angie Poole was the pastor. This is an event. He is a gay man, or bisexual man, or an asexual man. I don't know. But the thing about this, to understand how he came into this place of authority, is because he is supposed to be, or said to be, a licensed therapist. We have yet to find the license, but we're looking for a license. But what he would do is host events that were almost all geared towards sexual abuse rehabilitation. This is a focus of Mr. McNutt. Sexual abuse victims, helping them overcome. And this is what I believe in our investigation. Are you all able to hear me? Are y'all with me so far? I don't know if you guys are with me. Somebody said the sound is bad. How is that? You don't need. Wait, what? Okay, somebody said yes. Okay, you guys can hear me, right? Somebody said the sound is bad. Okay, so in this, you get to understand the way that people found solace or hope in him, and because he also then was identified as a pastor, as an apostle, there is a spiritual authority. But here is an issue, and I'm gonna do my best with this. But this is not an isolated incident. This is a church culture thing. I am a man who believes in Jesus. I am a man who identifies as bisexual. I am a man who who at one point in his life was a pastor. I have dealt with false accusations. That is why I handle this as intentional as I do. The problem is that we have not gotten to the point where we're going to be honest enough with the fact that this is a part of our society. And so what I believe that McNutt has done is he has, in order to try to become something greater than where he internally suffered, I think that he tried to become the authority when he didn't necessarily finish becoming the student. Anybody can say they're a pastor or an apostle or a prophet or a teacher and be able to lead in front of church people, because all the requirement is the ability to gather people. But in the church world, especially the Black church, we don't want to talk about all of the topics. This is how we end up with predatory environments, because people are suffering in their truth and they're projecting on other people. Hurt people hurt people. I am not a clinical professional. I've never seen him as a patient. This is my opinion based on everything that I know and I've learned in this investigation. This man was forced to hide his truth because if he didn't, he would not have been good enough to do what he aspired to do, lead. These individuals who were around him looking for healing were potentially around somebody that was broken or that is broken themselves. It's not that hard to figure out. These are the men who fuck in parks. These are the men who connect in bathrooms or in gym locker rooms, keeping secrets, and it is almost everywhere in 2026. And don't trick yourself, it is damn sure in America's churches, pulpits. Sometimes, very much so, right in the pastor's office after a power packed service. But nobody wants to have that conversation. I did say that, and I hope that if that offends you, that'll be your problem, not mine, because I live in my truth. Mr. McNutt is in our investigation. He is very controlling of the space. He has to stay on top of people who need him. So we began to study the median income of people who are attending this church to try to figure out the dynamics of who would follow a McNutt. And what I see consistently is a lot of lack. When you look at their pages, when you look at their backgrounds, when you look at their education, when you look at their income, I see that all he had to do was present himself as superior or able to get them from point A to not even Z, but B. They could have that confidence. Okay, let me not go too heavy on my opinion. But I'm going to just be clear here because my team is telling me that I need to stay on point. Literally, a gay man who did not get to live in his truth, who is literally lying to himself and the world, can only hurt the people who are under him. God does not need for you to pretend to be somebody you're not. He needs for you to be exactly who you are so that he can perfect those things that concern you. But we cannot get to the perfecting because people are not living in their identity. They're living in their fear. They're living in their aspirations. They're living in, so that is why when he talks, he's overly religious. Because if he let it down even a smidget, he ain't gonna be saying nothing religious. He will be saying, I won't da 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 da. So when you look at somebody who every other sentence, they trying to make it all about their religion because they ain't able to talk in their identity because they're literally cloaking it with all of the stuff they done covered it and masked it with. And that is what I believe that I'm dealing with here psychologically. When I talk to that individual, he literally, when I spoke to Mr. McNutt, he literally struggled with having a regular conversation without sounding overly churchy. So here is my point. When I spoke to him, he said basically that he honored me and that he respected me and that he was honoring the call of me wanting to talk to him. And this is another point of what I want to say. We want to be down that couple like we got enough safe spaces or enough teaching spaces in our community and in our society for people to even become what they need to be. What I feel like I heard was two young people who are covering based on the perception and the protection of their family, that they may not have gone deep enough into the situation to not only deal with it on a disciplinary, but the root cause, because I'm knowing for a fact that we all know for a fact that children don't play sex games. That don't just come out of nowhere. Ain't nobody thinking about freaking on nobody. That came from somewhere. So I wouldn't just even, I don't care if it happened a half of a time. I'm going to literally dive into where did this come from, and I'm going to do something to address it. But people don't know that because we don't talk enough about it because it's not a safe space. The whole time that we've been on this live, and I don't take this as something that I'm offended by, but when that family was going back and forth, this thing stayed at around 1,320 people. The moment that it started making sense and it's educational, and I started talking about the view of this, now we're down to 1,257. So as Black people, we need to understand two things. Number one, this is not something that we can let go away because we got something in our house. There's an elephant in our house amongst our men and the effeminating of our men and the same gender loving of our men and our women that doesn't have a place to go. There needs to be something that addresses this, not in judgment, but in holistic healing. I will never really identify as a Black man. I ain't gotta wear no purse. I ain't gotta wear no makeup, no nothing. Do whatever you want to do. I gotta tell a lot of people that. But get this, I'm a man because I identify as a son of God, and my prayer is that I don't want to die bisexual. I want to die a child of God. But I'm not going to let a bunch of people who don't live in their truth try to help me navigate mine. And if this is wrong, where do I go? How do I process it? Who gonna love me? Where do I fit in? Is my voice valid? The moment that I said I was bisexual, 7 people who was on here that was Jedediah, now they don't think that I'm viable enough to literally do what I've been doing for 4 days straight. Running my ass ragged trying to help save a child. Because they're ignorant, because they're biased, because they're hateful, and because they ain't gonna tell the truth. They got shit in their closet too. And this ain't a past. This is just me considering myself while I'm dealing with this case. That's why when I listen to 2 people argue, I'm able to listen to the real problem because I'm living in my truth and I can see a lot a mile away. We all want the people we love to be covered. I do believe that there's some mind control here. I do believe that there's some manipulation, but I also believe that this is literally people trying to protect their loved ones and their interests. And for that, they deserve to go to jail when it is a child involved, but let's not act like it don't happen. Ray, whatever her name is, she been talking to me for days. My brother. All y'all saw all that. My brother. It was my investigators that discovered this not even his family. But y'all got her on there. My brother. Now I've been around him for 20 years. And then my question becomes, but did you be there every moment? Can you conclusively, literally say that this man ain't done X, Y, and Z? No, you can't. So you have limitations. I'll deal with you based on your love, but I'm also not going to ignore your limitations. That's how you do an investigation. I'm not stupid. You know why all these people feel safe talking to me? Is because I respect them. I don't invalidate them. I'm trying to hear them, but I'm trying to hear it all, not just what I want it to be. We got to stop doing that. I'm sorry, team. I'm in a tangent and I can't help myself. But let me say this. He said, I cannot making a decision. I said, how could you not make a decision? And then you told all of us you was a co-parent. Now I understand there's an investigation potentially. So that's why I said there's things that I got to process. That's what I was saying. McNutt said, I said, I want to speak to Junior. He said, well, I can't control that. I can't make that happen. And I'm like, what? You're his co-parent. You said that this was your son. Now all of a sudden you ain't got no voice. Now I get it. Son's not there. So the public, if I would have just got on here, he told me I can't see Junior. What the fuck? I'll be just as ignorant as the people who will never get the privilege of being a real advocate. Because you got to be patient. This is why they don't give public information, because the public don't know how to process stuff and be patient and look through it and dissect it and deep dive. And literally, let me tell you the difference to be able to do that. You got to literally give it your time. Most people ain't giving this shit no time. Y'all giving this your opinion. And you don't know nobody involved and don't even give a fuck. And half y'all only responded in your own trauma because you didn't hold your villain accountable. Now you want to make everybody else's everybody else your villain and you want to beat their ass down to the ground. And that's not how we get to the conclusion. So anyway, and I don't care who don't like it, because guess what? You're watching my shit and I'm not watching yours because they're here, not there. I got to know something. And the church is pussy as fuck because they see this going on, and the church want to keep on shouting, and the church want to keep on raising money, and the church want to keep on preaching about other stuff. And guess what? This is right in the center of the church world. This literally impacts the gospel industry. Gospel industry figures are literally involved in this, but they ain't saying shit, hoping that this will blow over and literally lawyer the fuck up. I called one of the gospel artists that I know connected to this personally because I know him. And they was like, man, I don't want to do nothing. I don't got a comment. I don't want nothing to do with that. I got you in pictures, nigga. I know who you know. And you don't want to talk about none of it, but then you want to get in front of a group of people and talking about God calling them to be an overcomer and the victor. The reason why we cannot let this go is because church culture don't want to do what Christ did. They want the business. They want the glitz, but they don't want the service. They are in fear of protecting their reputation and not healing the masses. And that is our problem right now. There are so many people. We discovered that Mr. McNutt potentially have wrote some of the protocols for the child protective services of the area he lived in. Y'all don't want to hear this. I'm talking about, do you all hear what I'm saying? That Mr. McNutt might have been an advisor to the government of West Palm Beach, Florida, or to the DCF as the state of Florida, and wrote some of the stuff about sexual abuse, relationships, and adoption. Okay, so let me say this in a different way. When we were on our way to Florida, we was wondering why we kept getting calls about the laws of the state. Oh shit, everything sticks out to me because he knows somebody in power in the state. So wait a minute, if there is an investigation, I have to wonder if the people are encouraged to see this through because of their relationship, or because they may have a hand in knowing a person. Y'all ain't ready for this conversation. So I'm sitting here with my team and I'm like, how do I deal with this? And what do we say? Because if we go, they kept pressing us. And I'm like, well, we're going to get in late. They was like, no, we really want to see you tonight. I believe that if I would have pulled up in that moment, I might have gone to jail for harassment via electronic means. Couldn't say that to y'all. So then I had to use my influence to start making phone calls. What's going on in the state? Who knows somebody? What's happening? Well, Mr. McNutt helped write some of the policies or some of the stuff inside of the DCFS. And then I got to talk to somebody close to him who actually said that to me. And I was like, wow, well, there go my confirmation. So don't tell me that DCFS did an investigation and that should make me feel calm, because it ain't shit that they couldn't find if they had a person who did their job and was dedicated and simply scrolled these people's social media pages. They would have never then closed this damn case and moved on and said ain't nothing to see here. Should have never happened. And how many times is it gonna happen? But y'all want me to have confidence in the legal system that ain't never gave a shit about black pain. I'll wait, because I know what I'm talking about. Let me stop. Let me just stop. Let me stop. Don't sit here and tell me to have confidence. What did you get different now that you didn't have before? Oh, public participation. So when I talk to them about it, don't tell me shit about what you ain't found. So y'all showed up, you seen a nice house, you seen a bunch of people saying the same thing, and a child standing in front of you saying, oh, ain't nothing happened. You fucking idiot. Everybody head on the road. All right. I'll keep it moving. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't think y'all. So tonight I came on here because I want y'all to get this. It ain't just about putting shit on the internet. You got to get into this and you got to get deep into it and you got to be willing to make a motherfucker uncomfortable. I told them in the state of Florida, if you close this case and it is not a basic motherfucking report that gives the general public the understanding that you did it right, I'ma be, if I gotta be there by my damn self, right outside DCFS, I'ma call foul and I'ma call every motherfucker I talk to. So now they like, we don't want him down here. We don't want him down here. We don't want this problem. I said, I will make it, I'm gonna crush your nuts and everything I can figure out. I had a person in law enforcement tell me, it's different around here. And I said, bitch, I'm a Chicago and everywhere I go. I done seen and toured almost every jail in every state I've been into, and I heard it was nicer down there in Florida. But what you don't want is to put a nigga like me in no jail because I'm gonna organize the inmates. Oh, Mr. Brown, we'll get you a conversation and tell you what, we can't speak much to the public. I ain't the public. I'm an advocate and I'm a child of God and I'm not playing. So do you want to still tell me that you're not going to tell me something? So now me and my team can tell you there is an active investigation and apparently Mr. Jr. is not in the care of Mr. McNutt at this moment. But we do know for a fact that he is in the care of somebody that the family chose. Does that make me feel confident? Nope. Because everybody testifies that this young boy made his own decision to come online. And now all of this is happening and we don't get to hear nothing from him. I'll buy it when y'all put it on discount because the damn shit too high right now. You do not, in the wake of this much public scrutiny, get to tell me now we gonna take this behind closed doors. You should have did that the right way when you did it the first time. So now the public who pays the taxes of this government demands a transparent, fair, independent investigation. I can literally keep going on and on and on, but I'm trying my best to stay on task here. So that is why we are now organizing a group of individuals who are called or who are going to be part of Operation Senior. They can get rid of me, but they can't. You can stop a man, you cannot stop a movement. And 250 some people have signed up, and we're now going to organize that and coordinate it because we're going to put the pressure on the system to see it through. We have a requirement. There is no one in the group that can have already made a conclusion because we want the facts. We don't want what's popular, what's comfortable, what's convenient. We want the facts. I want to know if somebody did something, they ought to be held accountable for. If they didn't do something, then they ought to not be held, then they ought to be vindicated. I got a picture that's been circulated on the internet with my baby monkey trying to get milk out of my nipple. I took a picture of it. You got motherfuckers on the internet talking about I'm for bestiality and I'm a pervert. That happened to me. So guess what? I don't just go by what I see on a picture of what's on the internet. I would never hurt Kyra or Cairo. And now I won't take no picture like that. Shit I thought was cute. I'm like, okay, get your ass off me. I ain't taking no picture. So I have to be careful to make sure that what we see is exactly what it is. So we want to do a fair, thorough, unbiased, and independent investigation while putting pressure on the system to do the same. So that's why that group is organized. People are talking about clout and money. Nobody on these screens get no clout. Let me say this to y'all in the back. Shut that stupid shit up, please. I can't go nowhere in this country without somebody begging me to mind their business. Ain't no fucking clout. I don't get a house like Kai Sanan who get to sit online and just do dumb shit. I don't get the money of a person like a celebrity that get the talent and can go do what the fuck I want to do, however I want to do it, and go get the nicest car or none of that. I don't get the respect of the government because I got to fight their ass every single second. And my team, I got to protect them at all costs, keeping some of them private because I don't want to target them. And guess what? Every case I pick up, I get a new enemy. Right now, Craig Johnson hates my guts, which means everybody who is connected to him gonna hate my guts too. Where the fuck is the cloud at? Will somebody tell me? We always worried about who getting known, and then we turn around and support goofy ass shit. How is this a problem if we actually are addressing a case? If a man just sold a business for $1 billion and all the fuck he was doing online was We worried about the wrong shit. I'm on here talking to 1,243 people. We're trying to figure out how to sustain our whole apparatus in the background. We was only given $800 when we were asked the public for support. This is about money. The lady Nikita, who all y'all seem to all miraculously like, but now let me show y'all something. Nikita said, I want to do, because her business is impacted. Y'all like her so much? Well, then here you go. So Nikita sent me a message, and I said, well, what do you need? She says, I want to go and do a job. That this is the license. It's $199 with no experience necessary to get this license. Okay, so if I send her the $200 out of what y'all gave, what does that leave me for the security staff, for the investigations, for the travel, feeding the people, housing the people, connecting with all these witnesses, giving money for tips, having private investigators? Shall I continue lugging equipment, getting equipment, literally being in danger? Huh? Can I get somebody to tell me? And then there you go, somebody say, well, what about $2.6 million? As an advocate, I've had well more than $1 million, and I don't got $1 million in my bank account. We don't know, but I don't give a fuck. I didn't get in this hoping that everything was going to be perfect. I got in this hoping that I will navigate it and get through to the truth. Give them all some damn money if it's going to get us to getting Junior the way it needs to be. I don't give a fuck. Just say you don't got none to give. Don't give it. But if you do give it, and if you didn't, then shut the fuck up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm prefacing this. As we progress in this case, this shit finna get messy, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna get messy. The reason why it's gonna get messy is because I believe that this is a narcissist. This man literally said he didn't want to make any public comment, but now when the news contacted him, he on there talking about some stay high and sovereign something. When I talked to Mr. McNutt, or when Mr. McNutt first interacted with us, he said, I'll meet with you, but these are my, what did he say? These are our demands or our boundaries or something like that. Those came from his sister. And I read those boundaries and I said, does anybody want to try a humble approach? We only meet for 1 hour. It'll just be me and you. We're not going to fight each other, cuss at each other, overtalk each other. I am not going to be addressed this way or that way. And I can't think of all of the demands, but I read the demands, and my first thing that I said was, oh, you are not any law enforcement official or any media person. I'm like, well, shit, then just say you don't want to meet with me. Don't get in this motherfucker telling me who I'm not. Because I could just get on the internet and talk shit about you. I really don't have to interview you. I had to tell him when he got done talking to me, sir, I am not interested in doing your PR. If you want to come on and talk, you can talk, but you're going to answer tough questions. I had to correct him real fast. He then said, I mean no disrespect. But it tells me that he really believes in his mind that nothing is wrong. At the very minimal, let's say that he didn't do it as far as people assume that he did it. That shit on them videos is undeniably wrong, foul, and is weird and fucking, some of it is plain old sick. The public humiliation of children is definitely one. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge the fact that he was speaking to me because it's 1,200 people on here. He can't rule us out because guess what? We've demonstrated enough stability and enough sense and enough mental capacity to be viable. Thank you for that. Now, we have several individuals involved. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm all over the place. I have notes here, but fuck them notes. We have several individuals involved. I've talked to the father's side. We're trying to coordinate because one of my objectives is get the father's side to speak with them. Mr. McNutt also didn't understand who the fuck that he was talking to. He said the mama and the daddy both are in agreement with me being the co-parent. I said the mama and the daddy, huh? When you last time you talked to the daddy? Because I'm finna talk to him in a day or so. He was like, well, yeah, they agreed that I should do it, okay, but they ain't agreeing with it now. So let's talk facts and let's not play wordplay because Jedediah ain't the one. He didn't disrespect me. He didn't raise his tone. We didn't argue. He simply said, I said, I want to speak to C Junior. He said, well, I don't have the authority. I challenged that. And I didn't understand it at that moment. I thought he was just basically trying to spin me. But again, if Junior's moved out of his care, then that was true. I couldn't react to it. I had to figure it out. And then they said, well, he's leaving the next day. So he's leaving town now. You know I'm out here. My staff is out here. You leaving town now. Okay. So that created another dynamic that was pretty interesting for us. So now let me tell you where we are, because I just want to conclude this. I'm going to open this up for questions. I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. This is another 3-hour live long. And if you mad about the time, you will never be able to be an advocate because we do this 24/7 around the clock. We're interviewing some church members tomorrow. Former church members are going to be speaking also. We're trying to have a open and productive line of communication with local law enforcement, and we're trying to make sure that people's accounts are not discounted. We're working so that we're able to connect with individuals who said they're groomed or they've gone through things. What I will not do is allow somebody who has an angst in a relationship that didn't work to then turn around and make it or embellish it to be something different than what it is. If y'all was fucking and it didn't work out and he was controlling and manipulative in in y'all relationship, then that's not the same, but it does factor into character. But don't say to me that this is happening, because the first thing that I'm gonna ask you is, did you see any child be mishandled, harshly handled, abused physically, verbally, mentally, sexually, emotionally? And you sat there? Because that doesn't just make you a survivor, that makes you an accessory. So I may not be able to lock you up, but I'm going to challenge your credibility if while you're yelling, I've been mishandled, you was okay watching somebody else be mishandled, and you sure as hell also better not come up in none of these McNutt files. I told y'all a lot without telling you nothing. This thing is layered. It is not as easy as the internet wants it to be. Now, if you got a righteous account of something that's going on and you are telling us because you are triggered, then that's a different scenario. The next question becomes, did you give this testimony to law enforcement? And if you didn't, let me drive you to the local police station so you can make your fucking report. I'm doing my job. I hope that me saying those things at least give you some kind of thought process about how challenging this is. And I am not of official capacity. I'm doing this as a civilian with an advocating background. So that's why I'm on here doing what I want to do, saying what I want to say, and acting the way I want to say, acting the way I want to act. Because my mind has to have some level of, I got to find a way to be human. It's too much. But this right here, we got to see it through. And at the end of the day, we need to talk to the real culprit in this. Jesus helped me say this and make sense. The culprit in this is the religious institution. The culprit in this is the church. And the fact that now we want to talk about putting all these protections in front of the church for its religious freedom, I get it. But one of the biggest places that's festering this activity without it being checked is the Lord's church. The Lord's church by title, definitely not by the Lord's doing. And I could talk about that a little bit more later down the line. But the simple fact that every church in America is not addressing this the way that they should. and being at the front of this. When they see so many people saying, this is why I don't go to church, is why I know that this is an uphill battle, and it breaks my heart. The best thing that I learned as a man is that if I am wrong in some things that I didn't choose, that God has a plan and an ability to save me. So I don't have to front for nobody. Very recently, I had a very wonderful, beautiful, smart, intelligent, straight woman give me a chance knowing my truth. And I learned that I am lovable and that everybody ain't short-sighted. As long as I ain't got no heebie-jeebies to give a nigga, I could still be a faithful, focused man. And you say, I'm bisexual. Say, no, you gay. I ain't never put a dick in my butt, mouth, ear, eye, or navel. But even if I did, there has to be a path for that. My point is, Mr. McNutt, the first problem that we have conclusively is that he probably should put down his robe. He still had church on Sunday. You not delivered. When you put your hands on your knees, them bitches is still close. You ain't knock needed, nigga. You not knock needed, nigga. But with all these boys, and that's the other thing, all these women, here's another thing that I want to say. The amount of women involved in this that's telling me, I just wanted somebody to be a mentor to my children. That's an indictment on the men of our community. Where the fuck y'all at? While y'all doing all this shit talking, where the fuck is the men? Because if the only type of reference that they can find is a man who is feminine, which doesn't automatically become a disqualifier, but if okay, I think I have an emergency that I need to get ready to attend to. If there, I don't know what I was saying. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. This is. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Where are the men? Because all of these women who are in need of role models for their children, I want to say this last thing to women. If you want a role model for your son, then find a man that is insulated with men who can create a male environment, because we keep on talking about men being mentors. If all the men around a man are the same, that is a flag. And I'm telling you this as a man. If all the men around a male is a flag, is the same, that is a flag. If a man has the ability to have an army or an array of male figures around them, then that is a great male to have in your child's life. But turning them over is not how that works either. A man can't, a woman may not be able to tell, hello? Did you say coded? As in died? Resuscitated? I'm finna get on a plane. I'm gonna be on my way there. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, let me wrap up what I'm doing, and I'm glad that we're good there. But I'm still gonna come. I'm still gonna be coming. All right. All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna end this, but I want to do this righteously, and then I'm gonna end this. And I didn't talk for a whole hour. Damn. I got a lot to say, man. There's so many variables about this that I need to say. I was supposed to give y'all more facts, but I'm too busy expressing myself. I'm fucking up. But let me get this out, and then I'm gonna just be done. Because we do things on purpose and intentional. You guys deserve to have a voice. I don't want to just talk. I'm a Leo. I do that shit. And I may end up giving you guys more details that we were supposed to give y'all that I ain't gave y'all yet. It's a whole lot of like actual facts in this case. So this is your last chance to talk to me now, because also the public has helped with a tremendous amount of information, stuff, facts. You guys have done a lot. You deserve to have your voice be heard. So let's get that done. Let's be brief. I'm not going back and forth. You can make a comment. You can ask questions. We're gonna do this quick. Those of you all that got to go peace. But those of us who can withstand this, like I said, I'm 24/7 anyway. I'm good. But those of us who withstand this, let's let the people who have to have a voice have a voice. So 605-472-5107 is the call-in number with the access code of 639-2700 #. One more time, 605-472-5107. Not an altar call. That shit is funny. 605-472-5107. Access code 639-2700. You all can ask me questions if you need them, and you may be able to get those answers. I'll give them to you if I have them or if I'm able to say it. So let's do that one more time. And then I'm gonna get off of here. All right, let's do this rather quickly. I'm gonna give y'all some time. This is for you. I'm respecting you. Let's be nice and respectful. If you don't like something or if you want to cuss me out or something, you can do it, but just I got my gavel. Caller, you on the L. What's up?
Hi, my name is Denise. I'm calling from New York. And I was a victim of church sexual abuse.
Okay, do me a favor, by the way. I'm sorry. My team is saying stop saying SA. Stop saying that word. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I was a victim of abuse. And one of the things that I know about the church is that they protect abusers more than they protect young people. And most of the times it's because that pastor or that leader is connected to the livelihood of those individuals, whether it's through spiritual manipulation or the promise of promotion within the church. And in my experience, you'll find that churches that support abusers, they're also constantly giving people the titles of apostle or youth pastor. And so these people that are members have aspirations. And when the pastor fulfills those, there's an obligation that they feel to protect that pastor even when they see that they are wrong. And so briefly, in my situation, it was not until that there was a second victim who had family that it made the eyewitness news. And there'll be a moment when members will detach from these pastors when they see that their efforts are no longer effective. And so the hope for this young man, Junior, and whoever else has been abused by this pastor allegedly, is that law enforcement doesn't lift their hand off of the situation. They have to follow it through. And then what begins to happen is the people that are in delusion, some of them will begin to see the error of their ways, and then you'll have more people, eyewitnesses and victims, speak up. But as long as this man is slipping in and out of the hands of law enforcement, people will not feel obligated to stand up because they won't know the outcome. But when there's an outcome, and that outcome is a conviction, more people will come forward.
I definitely agree with that. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, God bless.
I get that. She was looking like she wanted to have a conversation. I heard you made your point. They need to go behind you. What's up, caller? You on the air, 6077.
Definitely agree with that. Thank you so much for calling.
I'm on the air.
Yep.
Hey, hi. I was just calling in. My name is Lisa. And I was calling because I just noticed that a lot of things are happening in our church. A lot of things that you said was dead on it, that it's kind of like a community. But when I first saw this, I knew the layers of it was high. I knew that it went beyond what we could see. And the reason why, I guess, was because I'm a licensed practical counselor. And I can see these things, but the only thing I really, really want to ask was, I know you said Junior was removed, but is he safe?
So
there's the two different things, but I'm sorry.
Yes, he was removed, but our understanding is that he was then put in another home, I believe, by the choosing of the mama. I don't have a lot of confidence in that, and because one of the things that I don't have a lot of confidence in that. So
I don't either.
yeah, and the fact that mama she's kind of one of the only ones that haven't responded to communicating with us, nor the father side, from what they said and testified, that is alarming for us. And my concern is that he is being prepped for an investigation. I told you guys in the earlier live that it was in part of our intelligence that he was potentially being told that people were coming to separate them or didn't have any goodwill towards him or would harm him. And so that's another reason why I'm starting to rev up our pressure, because but that's the normal way it goes. If DCFS come and they don't feel like there's an immediate danger during the investigation, they'll ask for a temporary guardian, and then they'll say that there shouldn't be any contact. I don't have confidence that mama isn't giving play-by-play or reporting back to or allowing things to happen, and that's why we're trying to figure out how to maneuver that. But the issue with that is that I cannot supersede the government system that I get an address, or we're limited. So that's why public pressure is the best option, and that's why we're organizing.
You're right. You're right, and that's why I will ask everybody to donate to you, to donate to this cause.
Well, I'm going to get beat up for that, but I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Hey, take care of yourself.
Thank you, you too. So, is there anybody else? That was quick. That was good. See, she asked the question, she got to answer. Thank you. It's going to be 605-472-5107. Access code is 639-2700. We're finna send. So it looks like some people did contribute just so I can be there. And once again, I'm not a person that's a scammer. That's what it's coming to our account, $434.77 above what we had already had. And so I'm finna send this. So hold on, I'm finna make a phone call, because again, I am not trying to pay my bills whatsoever. I'm finna make a phone call. 1 second. Hi. Could you text me your Cash App into my Messenger right now for me?
Okay.
Do it while you're on here if you don't mind, please.
Okay, let's see. Second.
So you need $199 for that class, correct?
Yeah, yes. For that, are you taking the class, or do I need to send you the link?
Am I taking the class?
No, is it just for? Because actually, I am pumping that out to the public if they'd like to take the class on home healthcare business.
You don't want it, or you're not taking the class. You're trying to tell me that I should take the class.
No, I'm actually, advertising that out. So I created a class or a webinar, basically, and offering that services or those services to people who want to get that information. So if they want to learn anything about home healthcare business, they don't have to be educated, and it's non-medical. They can take the class. The class is $199 if they're interested.
Oh, you're offering a home health class. I thought you was trying to take it.
No, the class I need to take is a little bit more expensive, but for the most part, this is for me to make extra money if it's pumped out into the crowd that they want to take classes, so they can do so.
Oh, well, how much is your class? As a matter of fact, what do y'all? Okay, wait a minute, because now I just look like a fucking idiot. You are trying to get the counseling, right?
Yeah, I want the counseling for my daughter. I want the counseling for my son. He needs counseling as well now. So those two.
Nikita, goodbye. You just made me look bad. Goodbye.
Why?
I'll call you back. I'll call you back. We're gonna figure out what you need and we're gonna get it done. I made my
Okay,
promise
yes, sir.
and I'm gonna do it. But I read it wrong, and now people have contributed, and so I'm gonna call you back and we're gonna figure out what you need. We're gonna get it done. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. I'm crying. Okay, well, those of you all who somebody said shaking my head watching, now somebody saying he don't know what the fuck he doing, and I didn't explain all that shit. Now just because I got one gap on the internet, somebody finna invalidate a nigga. Watch. They finna be on there. He ain't did no research. He don't know shit. Anyway. Oh, let me go back to the phone lines. A couple more. I'm gonna be done. I'm telling y'all, that's how people be. I swear to God, I ain't lying. I swear to God, I ain't lying. They gonna watch. So I watched somebody say that online about how I'm okay. Caller, you're on the air. Caller, you on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Miranda. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
I'm kind of nervous. Give me a minute. So, I was a victim of sex abuse when I was a child. So when it's kind of triggering what I'm hearing right now. I did have therapy, and I'm a woman. So when this happened to me, after I had children, I have 2 kids, and I was overly protective of them. Yeah. So those kids couldn't be out my eyes. They couldn't stay with nobody's house where somebody was able to do something to them that they were not comfortable with telling me. So this is how I felt out of getting out of church, because this was a family member. And once you're talking about church, once I stopped going to church when I was in my 20s, when I first told my parents what happened to me when I was like 21. For me to walk up in the church and the man is sitting up there in the front bench with his mama, because his mama was the mother of the church. Yeah, so that's the reason why I stopped trusting people in church, and I'm not going to say I haven't been to church. I do have a strong faith in God, but sorry, I'm just like a little trembling right now. But this is all like real triggering.
If her,
that's all I just had to say.
if her, I'm trying to find a church, because one thing that I will not do is let the people who hurt people be the only people who's still there. Because I'm going to be in church and I'm not going to hurt nobody. I'm going to help. And I love God so much that I want to be in an environment that celebrates him. And that's a personal choice. I don't know what you wanted. I know, and I'm saying that because you're called to give your experience. I want to say this to you. There are more people in church who need to see your strength than people who are out of it. But this is not just something that happens in church. It just happens in society. But church is one of the only gathering places for many people these days. I love you for sharing. And I hope that you don't let that become, number one, your excuse for not seeking a relationship with God. And number two, just a story that you take to your grave. Because somebody needs to hear how to overcome it if you figured it out. And if you haven't figured it out, you need to go somewhere where you can. Because it didn't happen just to happen.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And the last thing that I'm going to ask is, because of this, I'm asking you to consider helping us see this through. We are not going to let up until we know Junior is good.
Yes. Yes. I pray for that young man, because I promise you that his face just broke me. Just his face. I promise you that young man, and I hope that he's somewhere safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've never called into a show before, so that's why I'm nervous. So, and I've been watching you for a long time, since Kanika Jenkins, and I just wanted to say I watch you, and I know how much you help the community. I've been watching you for a long time.
That's 10 years ago.
Yes.
Ooh, you is so nosy.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We done been in a lot of people business.
We
done been in a lot of business in 10 years.
Yes. I saw you at the, what's that lady name?
Tiffany and
in Chicago, the mayor.
Tiffany.
Yeah. I watch all that. Yes.
You will be a blessing if you do or consider at least one of the things I said. And so I appreciate you calling, okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. First time calling was amazing. First time calling. That was amazing. 2461. You on there. I'm going to take these last 4 people and then I'm going to get off. You got the floor.
Hello?
Hey, you on there?
Hey, I've been trying to get on since before. I'm so triggered and irritated by this case. And I just want everybody to really see it for what it is. This is beyond being a church. This is beyond being any type of congregation. At this point, this is a cult. We have a man who is taking God, who's taking spirituality, and he's leading people to do these egregious, I don't even know what to call this, these egregious things to children, and people are following him. This has been a thing since before the end of time. We have people like T.B. Joshua from the Synagogue of All Nations, people like Sansu B. Van from California. This one happened 6 days ago. We found out about this in California, where a cult leader is molesting and raping young girls. This is a cult. Like, how do we get... And I heard you say something about him having like connections with like the government in Florida or whatever it is, him having some type of connection. But it's like, how do we as the people get the government to see like what this is and get them to like do something? Like I can't even believe like this is a thing right now.
Well, we're going to keep on monitoring this and applying the pressure, but I think that there is no real way to get around this right now because the power of community is the strongest power. And if the only way that that power is experienced is between the communication between the government and the church, then that's just what it's going to be. This man only had about 20 members in his church at most, and he might have rewritten legislation that governs adoption. Think about that. It's his title of being a pastor. Think about that. Those are the people who show up to community meetings and gatherings. Those are the people who politicians connect with to get their messages out when they're running. Think about that. The way that we address this is multi-layered, but it is all of our fault that we've allowed the church to become the number one institution that governs or that interacts with our politics, and it doesn't have our participation. 20 members. Now, I've not been able to find a license. We have not been able to verify his degree. But if he was able, with less than 20 members, to be respected enough to govern or to write legislation that govern a state, then that tells you the power of people, which means if you don't know the neighbors on your block, you'll never be able to do anything about this. Okay? But right now, I got 250 people, and I promise you this. I'm a no name in this West Palm Beach, Florida area. But if I show up with 50 people, I bet you I get a response. If I show up with 100 people, then I guarantee you we're going to get a response every time we call. If I show up with 150 people to 200 people, I'm going to become a staple. And if I show up with 300 people, they're going to put a damn statue up of me, and they're going to know not to fuck around. The power of us unified is the power that will change systems. But until we get that, we will always have these problems. And that is why, so far, for Junior, I got 253 people that have now joined Operation Senior. Okay?
That's true though, because even just this stuff online that, we're all a part of and what you're doing, even that has him shaking. I don't think these people are coming because they want to. I think he's sending them. Them two crackheads that you had on the live earlier, that couple, he probably sent them. The mother the other day, Raynell, he sent her. He's definitely sending his people to try to help clean up his image. This has him shook. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get bigger. And we're not going to stop. And I'm behind you 100%. And if I wasn't scared to go to jail, I would have run to the floor and I would have tore his ass up.
And I think that, again, we have to see Junior through, but we don't stop there because we need to find a way to talk about this in the church's culture, because this is not an isolated incident. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for having me.
The views and opinion expressed by the guest is not necessarily that of Investigating Advocate nor Jedediah Brown. I have not been able to confirm that those two individuals who was on here are on any drugs or any substance. So that would be a matter of opinion, and all things made on this thing is allegatory, as we know that there's a presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law. I don't know that they're crackheads. Last caller. You got the floor.
Yes. Hello.
Yep.
So I won't say my name, but just to give you a reference to who I am the person that sent you the flyer in your inbox on my site.
The one that I just showed on the screen.
Say it one more time.
The one that I just showed on the screen about I almost married a man.
Yes. So I'm the person that sent you that flyer.
We appreciate it.
But because of the capacity that I operate in, I prefer not to give my name. But first, I want to say, just so everyone knows, not to take the stance to generalize the church based on the behavior of someone who is using the church to hide their behavior, because all churches aren't that way. So just so if a person just doesn't want to go to church and always, wanted a reason to say I don't want to go to church, then they'll look for anything to say, this is the reason I don't go to church. But I just want to say, let's not brand all churches based on the behavior of one particular ministry. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, you mentioned, I kind of came on your live late. You mentioned about Junior possibly being relocated but not having any information on that. But because of his age and the truancy laws in the state of Florida, he has to go to school. So sometimes we kind of look at the big scope and miss the small things. And one thing about children, they talk to other children. So maybe take the angle of talking to other parents and having those parents to talk to their children. And sometimes you can get more information from the children than you do the adults, because he has to go to school. If he misses more than 15 days in the state of Florida, the parents get locked up. So maybe switch the angle in which you're looking. And also, something I wanted to say, as far as you saying about being boots on the ground in Florida and moving the needle, one thing that he kind of skated by in his live video, when he did the video with Junior, there was a key point that he mentioned. He looked at the mother and he said, the district attorney still believes I did something. And he skated past that and continued the conversation. So sometimes all you need is one person who is looking for something to put pressure. I would say connect with the district attorney, because the district attorney still believes he is guilty. All you need to do is make the right connection with the right person, and all you need is one person on your side, and you have a go. I could say more, but I have to talk to you offline because of the capacity that I operate.
You are very much so spot on, and that's why we appreciate you. You have already done a lot, and you are hitting a lot of nails on the head, and you're on track. And so we can continue to coordinate and communicate with you. I will be very proud, because I do believe that we will be able to get somewhere. Got a lot of amazing people helping out.
Yes, sir. Now, I'm off of social media, so I've taken down my social media accounts that's supposed to be deactivated for some reasons. Some people found out some things that I was operating with to help out in some situations, and I can't have clients being able to track me personally. So I can't reach out to you on social media, but if there is another means to contact you, like an email address or whatever, I don't mind connecting with you to kind of help your effort. There's some other information I can give, but I just can't give it on this video.
Okay, so I got to figure that out, Queen. We working on that as well. Yeah, we're working on that as well. This has become way more than I expected, so we may end up getting a dedicated line for this. So people have people that have been contributing on here, and I'm grateful for it. And people not doing all the goofy stuff that normally happens. And so I'll probably take these resources to create greater infrastructure. So a dedicated number probably will be one.
And also, I want to say to you before I go back and watch your interview of the mother. I think it was maybe Junior's stepmother, Craig's ex-wife. Go back and watch that interview yesterday. Watch it very close, and there's some things you're going to notice. But I have to point that out to you when I'm off of the live. But go back and listen very carefully to that interview.
To an interview with who?
The interview that you did, I think it was on yesterday, with the mother who had the door, I think Cameron's stepsister. Was that the mom that you interviewed yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I need you to go back and rewatch the interview. Pay very, very close attention to the interview. You're going to pick up on some things, but I'll share that with you when we're off the live.
Okay, so that
if
means
you have a website where I can. Do you have a website with an email address or something where I can look you up?
We have an email address where you can message me your contact information, investigateadvocate@gmail.com. Investigate, letter N, advocate@gmail.com. You can tell my team that you are I think my team will know how to authenticate. So just send me your information, and when we get a phone line or something, I'll reach out to you because I do know how much you have been helpful to our investigative team.
Okay, will do.
Thank
Keep up the
you.
good work.
All right.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right. 3 hours and 4 minutes has been dedicated to this live stream. I think in the interest of transparency, I need to tell y'all what is going on because ain't nobody ever gonna play with my name. Okay? Never gonna play with my name. There's been total gifting of $514 that have gone to this account. $514 that we now can utilize for this case, for these people that are involved. Not one dime. And I'm saying this for you guys. You can go talk to the Attorney General's office or whatever. Not one dime of this is gonna go to my personal bills. I don't need it for that, but it's gonna just help me not have to bear the brunt of this all myself. My team told me to check the other sources because there's been others. So I wanted to make sure we're clear. On PayPal, you all are giving $67.55. On Venmo, you all have given $0. $0 on Venmo. What else is on there? On Zelle, I'm gonna go to Zelle. And we do this because we try to remain transparent and we don't want fools to say, oh, they making all this money off of this. We take that away. On Zelle, what's today's date? The 16th. I'm so sorry if this offends you. I'm not trying to offend you. That's not my goal. But we have 4 people who have contributed on Zelle. Okay, 10, 3, 10, $3, $20, $5, $3, and $20, $10, $3, and $5 is what we received on the Zelle. Okay, then there's one other person down there at the bottom, this Tiffany, who gave 25. So this ain't no money game or no scam. It doesn't pay well. It doesn't do that. And to share with you guys, the team alone, let me help you like this. There's multiple layers of that, right? But think about a safety team, multiple personnel on a safety team, and they get paid over $100 a day. Yeah. So don't think that we're doing this for money. We're not doing this for clout. There's obviously a lot of people watching. I've been an advocate for a long time. I got 100,000 followers on my screen. I could have been doing anything and people will see it online. I could do all kinds of crazy stuff if I was just doing this for attention. So with that being said, I'm praying that you guys will give me a chance to be one black man that is genuinely doing this because I want to see justice be done. To all of the people who are involved on all sides who are trusting us in this process. It is hard because we got to be very delicate with both sides because our goal is to get to the third truth, not their truth, but the truth. And that is a very hard and delicate process. As you have seen, this is layered. There's many layers to this. Now I'm going to start organizing a group of about 250 people who are going to be in Operation Senior. I'm going to now communicate with them more. We're going to take some of this stuff off of the online because these are people who are committed to seeing this through for Junior. Those are people I'm going to work with and expand our team. And we're going to organize this with the perception that it might have to mobilize and put the proper pressure on the authorities to get through this. If McNutt is innocent, we will work for his vindication. If he is guilty, we will advocate for his incarceration. For all the people who are around him, if they are accomplices, we will ask for them to be punished the same. And if they are not, and they were ignorant, then we want to be a part of their holistic healing. This is not entertainment. We're not doing this because we're bored, because we're projecting or because of how we feel and what our opinion is. We want to follow the facts, and we want what that to be done. We want the facts to work so that justice can be done. Last but not least, when I'm done with Junior, I want to go around this nation and have one of the hardest conversations that the church seems to not want to have. Where does homosexuality, LGBTQ plus IA, and every other number and letter fit into the conversation about God's plan? And I want to talk about it from the perspective of how the church's willful ignorance and willful rejection of this topic leads to predatory environments. I have drawn no conclusion. I'm following the facts, Mr. McNutt. And I know that you're watching the video and there's somebody that you know is watching the video. If you are innocent, I want you to sleep well knowing that God will vindicate you, even though you weird as hell in some regards. We ain't taking that away. But if you're guilty, may you find no rest, and may the face of all of these people on this internet haunt your dreams. This is my prayer for everybody that is villain. If you are guilty, may our faces haunt your dreams, and you wake up in cold sweats throughout the night thinking that the door is being bust down because they're coming to grab your ass. That's it. I love y'all. I hope I said something that added value to your life. Free Junior. Free Junior. Junior is now known, loved, and regarded across this nation. So I will make that final commitment on this video. If we get the opportunity to do so, whatever we have after the investigation and advocacy, same thing I did with the Kanika Jenkins case when her mama got up there lying and said I stole that money, which y'all know that shit ain't true. Come on now. Come on, church. Whatever is left, I'm going to pray that we do two things. Number one, I'm going to try to get these families to come with me to Golden Corral. Shit, wishful thinking. But after that, why don't we put it inside of Junior's college fund or whatever the hell he got? I think this live is complete. I hope I said something that added value to your life. Give love, live for the culture. Y'all rock. To my team, I love you. Shout out to you all unsung heroes in the background who's worked around the clock to get through all of this. Let's pray for each other. We're concluding this live. Good night.
Yo, can I get in on this? I want another one, two. 1, 2. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming.
This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming.
And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style.
Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gone investigate an advocate, holding it down.
And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You're smiling in Jed's face.
Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see.
Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power.
So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around.
This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move.
Yeah. Crew
ones around.